Yes, people, and welcome back to your boy Ashmatic in the house, Spurs Kings TV. We're doing the rivals, and we're bringing on some guests for you today. I'm going to introduce, first of all, my brand new guest, Forrest and FFTV. How do you do, my sir? How do you do, bro?
Well, I'm a Forest fan, so I'm obviously doing very well. Do you want me to send you some pictures of our European Cup winning stuff so you can put it on your intro? I'll be quite happy to.
Wait, hold on. He's coming with the smoke already. Ease up. I get it. The champions of old have returned. I get it. Are they bigger than Spurs? Are they bigger than Newcastle? I don't know. There's so many questions. He was talking about Liverpool. A bit reckless behind the scenes. I'm here for it. Listen, let's bring on another old face, regular Tune Tactics TV. You doing, my friend? I know, I
The
know.
mute on there. Thank you.
Imagine, Mike.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Great that you guys. Always a blessing to be on here. Welcome, and this is the longest
Cheers,
probably
dude.
intro you've probably ever heard on YouTube before. But
Yeah. And I tell you what, it's that long. My brother sent me a message saying, "This is some long intro."
You go get your tea, your crackers, get a water, go for a piss. It's up to you. You know what I mean? Let's
I'm
All
bring
glad.
on.
that intro and no Forest. I don't get it. Anyway, carry on.
I'm,
Crazy, crazy.
I'm glad Ash has started inviting the real top six clubs into this
Ooh,
into
hey,
this conversation.
yeah. All right. We got our big preach there. What you saying to my bro? You know, Liverpool.
Big
Doing
up,
what
preach.
Liverpool does.
Walk on, gang, walk on. There.
I don't want to talk too soon, innit? Because I know you're quite reserved with it. But obviously, 11 wins off the title. I don't know. It's crazy.
Well,
It's
I've got a couple gunshots.
58%.
I've got a couple shots to.
Okay, we're there. All right, let's go to the next guest then. All right.
What's
Stefan.
up?
Listen, Havertz, man. They said Havertz is done out here, but he's out here banging goals. What?
Hanging
Arsenal
on.
still in the race? Feels like
Yeah, in my opinion, yes. It's January still, although based on how it's looking right now, it's not looking as optimistic. But I still believe. What's up, everybody?
You sound like you still believe. You sound like you still believe.
I still believe. I still
Sheesh.
believe.
If you ever propose to a lady, Stefan, please don't do it with that energy, my friend.
wow. Yes. And also, we've got another resident.
Boop, 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 boop,
Big
boop, boop,
Faye's in the building. Obviously, say, people were doubting your Reimstreiter, and he's pulled up today. He scored a goal, 3-0 to the Arsenal. Obviously, you guys are doing your things, but points have been dropped against a certain Villa. I know it's an old nemesis, it's an old foe. I don't know if I should start here, but I mean, no, let's not go to Arsenal just yet. Let's start with our new guest. Let's
Yeah, there'll
so
be nothing else to really talk about the whole show if you do that so early.
no, but you know what it is? Obviously, you just won a Champions League game. Obviously, I thought the energy would be right. Havertz scoring, Rice, Odegaard, you know what I'm saying? So I thought the energy's right, the mood's right in the camp. And you never know. Like Arsenal could be back here. It's not over. Like Liverpool's run. Obviously, they what? Wait a minute. Did you not draw with Forest?
Who?
Liverpool.
Arsenal? Oh no,
Yeah.
Liverpool lost.
We've taken 5 points off Liverpool.
All right, tell me about that. Talk. Go on.
Oh,
Obviously,
me?
yeah. You're the new guest.
Yeah. Well, obviously we're the only team to beat Liverpool. No, 5, mate. Because 2 wins is 6 points. You got
Oh,
1. You got
oh.
1. So you've lost 5. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell him.
But you said taken. You said
And
taken though.
preach.
You
You
said
can't say
taken.
We
you
gained
preach.
4 points for
No,
ourselves.
he said
and
taken. He
failed.
said taken. We lost 5, but you took 4.
And preach. You can't tell him
Correct.
about. You can't talk
Correct.
to him
Yeah.
about trophies.
Absolutely.
You can't say
Yeah.
trophies to Anne. You can't say
I
trophies. You have
mean,
to talk to eye to eye.
No, but
Arsenal
technically I
should be our
can.
bitches because we're doing their job for them. Or at least it's up to them now. I mean, we've done our bit. Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, it's
Listen, I've been there before. Like we've beaten Man United twice and they didn't win anything as well. So I get it. I've been there, man.
Listen,
Enjoy it.
listen. As I say, we've done our bit, but Liverpool, I think, are still going to win the league. I mean, they'd have to. I mean, it's not over because
You know those are big words around here, you know, fam.
Hey, what?
the-
Pardon?
I said those are big words around here talking about Liverpool.
yeah.
winning the league.
Don't even dare say that Liverpool might win the league because all the Liverpool.
No, they might. No, but I was going to go on to say they've only got to lose Van Dijk and they're done.
Yeah, that's
Forget Salah.
That's
Forget
my
Trent.
whole-
If they
What are you
lose Van
saying?
Dijk, they're done.
Wait. Well, let's stay with that, Stefan. Let's stay with that. Are you saying that if Liverpool had the same injuries as Arsenal, then Arsenal will be ahead of them? Is that what we're saying?
I mean, Ash, if you look at precedent over the years, when they lost Van Dijk for a season, they almost didn't finish in the top 4 years ago. When they had arguably a better team than they have now, they had Mane, they had Firmino, they had all of the actual crux of that league winning side. And then if you just look back more recently, when Salah got injured and then dropped in form last season in March and April, they completely collapsed. So everything is I've said this from the start. Everything has fallen for them. Their key players have not missed any game time. They've played literally every single game without any of them being injured. And if Liverpool fans
No
think
one being injured at all. Sorry, no one being injured at all.
If because the equivalent of Arsenal's current injuries are no Saliba and no Saka, which is take out Salah and Van Dijk from that team, and let's see what they do, because we all know.
Can I say? And let me tell you something. Yeah. See, before you said Virgil van Dijk, this guy's never said Virgil van Dijk. It's always been Salah.
No,
this guy's always said
Salah. VVD, mate.
Listen, I just don't, bruv. You're back in the big leagues. I just want you to know that guy down there. Yeah, don't fall for what he's saying.
It's okay. No, it's fine.
Yeah, because all of a sudden he's added Virgil van Dijk to his.
No, I haven't added Virgil van Dijk. I have added.
Now, basically with him, all we got to do is lose our star players, like everyone else. Basically, it's true, bro.
No.
If you lose, I agree with you. If you lose your star players,
we have lost our star players. We have lost our star players.
I know. So I know. And
Ash, but preach. Ash asked me a direct question about if Liverpool lost by key player. I don't mean it's not.
That's true.
It's not usually their best player. What I meant by key player is your most irreplaceable player. Your three most irreplaceable players are Virgil van Dijk, Gravenberch, and Salah. None of those three key players have missed one game and have played every single game. Whilst Arsenal have missed Saliba for a period of time, have missed Odegaard for 3 months.
Can I ask you something?
Let me finish. And then we've missed Odegaard for 3 months, who's our key. We have three key players: Odegaard, Saliba, and Saka. Odegaard for 3 months, and now Saka is going to be missed for 4 months. So you can talk to me about how great Liverpool are. But we have seen what happens when you need also a little bit of luck that your key players don't get injured. Look at Man City.
Jota.
What I don't understand is,
Jota's not a key player, Toon. He's not a key player.
But I just wanted to focus on Forest because the question was on Forest. So I just wanted to say, before we get into that, just because I wanted to ask Ant in terms of did you expect this essentially this season?
No.
What's the whole thoughts on it?
How could we? We spent 23 years of the Championship, two seasons where we really struggled in the Premier League. Everybody took the piss out of us because we bought all these players. Who's laughing now?
I remember.
Our recruitment in this last season and a half has been astonishing. Our entire back five cost less than 30 million quid.
Right. I didn't know I was coming on for this rags to bitches story. No. Congratulations, though. No, you guys do deserve. You deserve it.
We are returning. We are returning. We've been here before, mate.
Behave yourself, Jay. Behave yourself, Jay.
Okay.
The prodigal son.
The biggest question from a lot of people is obvious. Sorry, but no, we didn't expect this. We had no reason. We thought we'd have a good season because we knew we had good players. But Milenkovic came in. He's made a massive difference to our defence. Last season, we conceded more goals from dead balls than anybody else in the league. I think it was 24 goals. This season, we're one of the best. I think we've let in 3 now from set pieces. And that's down to the manager and Milenkovic. So, no, we didn't expect it. But the most common question I get, it's not a question, actually. A statement that we hear all the time is, you're going to fall off. You're going to fall off. Now, the problem with that is it's a little bit lazy because people aren't actually looking at the players we've got. We have got some good players. Again, look at our back line. Milenkovic, Murillo, Aina, who's a free transfer, absolutely fantastic. In the middle, we've got Morgan Gibbs-White. We've
Brilliant.
got Elliot Anderson, who's been an absolute superstar.
You're
We've
welcome.
got Danilo. We've
You're
got
welcome.
Danilo to come back. We've got Sangare to come back. They've not played all season. And then you go, you've got Elanga playing like a proper footballer. You've got
Exactly.
Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think we all agree Callum Hudson-Odoi has got talent. And
100%.
then to top it all, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo,
Again,
who's
you're
banging
welcome.
in.
You are
Not
welcome. You're welcome.
people think he's just a big guy who heads the ball in. Have you seen the goals he scores? Have you
Yes.
seen them?
That's true.
That man is one of the best finishers you'll see, and I can say that with pride because his stats prove it. His conversion rate is better than anybody's. It's incredible. He only gets one chance a game, and he scores it. You know what I mean?
and
So, hang on a sec. So I'll finish this off, and then I'll shut up.
Enjoy.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
I'm sickened.
Proper toxic. Proper toxic. I'm loving this.
We see no reason
just
not
on
to
fire.
expect this run to continue. We're 11 games unbeaten. We won 7 on the trot and drew with Liverpool.
Man.
We're a good side, guys. We're a good side.
I can't take.
Definitely.
Listen.
Hey,
Listen, they laughed at us when we lost to you, you know. They
Bro,
laughed
no,
at us.
now you're gonna
They
gas
laughed
up because
at
you
us,
lost to
man.
them as well, innit?
They laughed at us.
do this.
Excuse Arsenal because they
I'm
caught us
sorry.
on a bad day. Arsenal caught us on a bad day and they beat us.
I'm sorry. I've got to be answer
But
picnic.
Tottenham beat
You know
them.
what I mean?
Man
The
U beat
proverbial-
them. Liverpool
Whoa.
beat them.
whoa.
Newcastle stuffed us, to be
you
fair.
was-
Okay, and you enjoy, and you should enjoy. This is good.
It was an easy
I'm
game.
enjoying it. But as you say, you've got to enjoy it, haven't you?
That's
Come
what.
on.
But listen, I'm a man.
You know
man
what
of
Jay
science,
is?
man
Jay,
of faith.
Jay, you know what? Before you start, you know what Jay is? Jay is like that rich aristocrat who lost all his money, but he's got the big mansion, but the bailiffs have been coming around, he's been hiding behind the sofa. But in his mind, he's still the rich aristocrat.
Yeah.
And he's talking to new money right now. Or old new money.
Well,
if you talk to Forrest. So
Turn money,
that's
return money.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
Let's
listen,
Jay.
man of science, man of faith. Yeah,
Oh.
you're clearly a man of faith.
Wow.
I'm a man of science, and so what science tells me is gravity. And you know what gravity tells me?
Pythagoras,
It tells me what goes up must come down.
Said that
And
already,
so,
and
based on
said
that,
that one
and
already,
that
didn't
alone, yeah, I'm not hating. Hating is the wrong word.
I'm just
What
not.
I'm doing
not enjoying it.
Yeah, what I'm doing is focusing intently as to when specifically this team falls off.
I'm with
It
you.
might be
Why?
similar to hating, but it's not quite the
But why?
same.
Why are you assuming that? Have you watched
appreciate
us
what you're
play?
doing. You know?
Who do you sport, mate?
Yeah, of course, mate. And
No, who do you sport?
because
Tottenham.
what
Tottenham.
Give him the dignity of
Tottenham.
living.
I'm liking now is there's a trajectory that teams like Forest are going to go on. Yeah. So what's going to happen now is Forest are going to keep going. I think you probably
Someone said you're recording through your doorbell.
I'm trying to give a classy look to the show.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like one of these James Bond type things. It's wasted on you guys.
I just want to say Forest have been a revelation. This year, Nuno has done.
Can't even say it.
No, Nuno for me this season is easily manager of the year. And for Jay and for Spurs fans, especially to see Nuno, who they hounded out and made fun of and said he wasn't good enough for the club. If Jay is talking about
doesn't affect me whatsoever.
Great addition.
Now listen, the thing
addition.
about Forest, and I want to be
Up.
very clear about this. I respect you, Mr. Forest man. Yeah, yeah. And I want this to be
Forest
very
man is
clear.
crazy.
Forest,
Mr. Forest man sounds
you're in the
creepy.
space.
You made it
You're
sound
in the
creepy.
space, right? Forest, you're in the space when no one respects you. Yeah,
Correct.
And I say that with love.
What do you mean?
And what I mean by that is, ain't no one sitting up trying to stop Forest. Everyone just goes to play Forest. We're just coming to play you.
Okay, so everybody's going
We all come to play you, thinking we're going to kick your ass. And then you
trying to
do
bully
you
you.
hit us, You hit us when we turn around. You hit us when we're not paying attention, and then you run off with our money. I see it. I hear it. It's not sustainable.
What's that
Run
smell?
it while you
What's
can.
that smell?
No. Because what happens next? What happens next is Mr. Forest Man starts watching the style of play, and he starts being unhappy. He starts saying, "Hey, all we're doing is low block, mid block, counter attack. We're more than that. We're a Champions League side. We should play progressive football." And then everything will come falling down.
And he's been here before. That's why.
Before you start explaining about
this
new
is trauma.
style of
This
play.
is trauma.
That sounded like hating. But once again, no. It's just observations. Back to you.
Are you saying
Your club's been falling off since 1961.
Hey, you know what's funny, yeah? A Spurs
Sorry,
fall off.
Listen,
I don't want to get in the mud with Forest because you're going to start flexing the Champions League from 65 years ago. But what's going to happen? The worst Spurs of the last 30 years is the greatest Forest for the last 4 decades. You know
Ant was
what I mean?
there. Ant was
You know
there.
what I mean?
No. That means more. Ant was there. So
I was there.
yeah. He's heritage, mate.
Jay, I just want to ask Jay.
We've won the league. We've won the league more recently than you have, my friend.
Okay, all right. Semantics. You were a little boy when you won the league. That's how long it's been, bro.
I
wasn't alive. I wasn't alive.
Mate.
My dad was barely alive.
When we won the league.
Listen,
what are you talking about?
This is coming across as hating. And I want to go back to the original point where I am not hating. Not whatsoever. I am very respectful for the work that Forest has done. I really hope to see you guys. I really hope to see Chris Wood in the Champions League next season. That's what I'm looking
what you're
forward to.
saying, and I don't blame you for saying it because you Cartel 6 have been in a privileged position for so many years.
A man after my own heart.
Let me respond. However, the mid boys are coming, mate.
Hey, listen,
you lot no longer have a monopoly on the best players, right? We spend more than you do. We can spend more than you can.
No,
okay. Listen.
The mid boys, the Newcastles, the Forest, the Brentfords, the Fulham, they're all coming for you.
You buy one Milinkovic, you buy one Milinkovic, one Sosa from Portugal, a Sangare,
drug dealers.
His
name is drug dealers.
Murillo. What about Murillo? Murillo is one of the best centre backs in the world.
Drug dealer.
In the world, I don't know about in the world, but in the league, definitely.
Trust me, if he leaves us, he'll be Real Madrid, right? I promise you.
Real Madrid!
Reel him in.
I've spoken to Liverpool fans. They want Murillo already.
Yeah,
he's the next one.
He's really
Let's see this guy. Let's see Murillo.
He's not in his head, right? However, yesterday, Murillo signed a new 5-year contract with no escape clause, and he's on the TV saying he wants to stay with us in the Champions League. Now, if next season if we make Champions League, Murillo will stay. If we don't, I don't blame him if he needs to go. But if he goes, mate, we're going to get a hell of a lot of money for him.
And you know they're going to spend it. You know what?
And you know how much he cost us, by the way? 11 million quid. He's played 13 games in his life.
No, but one of the best centre backs in the world.
No, he's one of the best centre backs in the world, mate.
Does everybody agree with that?
Before you say that,
Does everybody agree? Does everybody agree to that?
I agree with that.
Murillo.
So hold on, wait. So hold on. Murillo is already. Remember, bearing in mind, we all know each other. We've been in group chats for years arguing. So we're already. So Murillo is already one of the best centre backs in the world. Is what his statement.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're not agreeing with it.
No.
These guys are insane, bro. These man. And in the comments, hold on. In the comments section, yeah. Please, with all due respect, yeah. Your opinions are trash. Yeah, and we see that on a weekly basis. So ain't nobody look into the comments for
they're supposed to be your boys, man.
Context. But back to you, Anne. The thing is about Murillo, yeah, and we all like Murillo, yeah. Let my man play 35 yards away from his goal before we start throwing praise out there. You know what I mean? Let my man not have to play on his fucking 6-yard box before we start crowning him the next big thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
What I'll say though,
I'm
Maguire.
simply making a prediction that he will become
He's a really
one of the world's best footballers, and he will play. And he will play.
Yeah.
Listen, you can come back at me if you like, but he will play for Real Madrid. Right?
He might play for Real Valladolid if he's good. I'm sorry. I don't
every single minute of every single week. You guys don't.
No, but wait. Can I just ask?
Yeah, go
is
on.
there is there a better apart? I think the only left-footed defender in the league apart from Murillo is Gabriel. Is the only better.
He's wonderful as well. I love Gabriel.
So Gabriel for me is the only one that's better because he's.
This is insane.
In terms of left-footed, who's a better?
Bro, Nathan Ake. What are we doing here?
Botsman.
No,
why have we got to do these bracket?
Why have we got to do these bracket accolades? 70 yards past about 9 players and just couldn't quite get his shot away in the penalty area.
Why are you guys?
It's unbelievable.
First of all, Nottingham Forest have one of the best defensive records in the league, which he is a part of. He's one of their best players.
Bro, is man really?
He is. But wait. He is consistently. He is
really what man's saying to me.
Okay, but he is consistently linked with.
There's no. I hope. Is he speaking to you lot? Is he speaking to you lot? There's nothing he can say. You're just wasting your breath if you're trying to convince me that Murillo is one of the best centre backs in the world. If it's me, you're trying to convince me. I'm honestly telling you, you're wasting your breath.
I'm not saying he's one of the best centre backs in the world, but I do agree with that in my opinion, he's one of the best young defenders in the world. Yes, he's super talented.
But
23, 24, and already in the league, in my opinion, this season, you could easily put him. You could make an argument for him being currently in the team of the year.
For me, in
a league with Van Dijk. No, this is crazy.
What
for me, the broader point.
So, hold on. Give me your team of the league defense, please.
Team of the league this season for me. Okay, goalie. David Raya.
Okay.
You said that. That's all I need. Just to set the
Okay. Right back.
No, just to set it back.
Make
sure Murillo is in there.
Because we already know you're going to put Gabriel and Van Dijk in this team. So
it's sold. So where we going?
We already know the statement you just made. You're not going to put Gabriel in this team.
Okay, why does it have to be black and white? Gabriel is in my team of the year.
Yeah, but he hasn't done it in the Champions League yet. He hasn't even played there. Like, you have to let him play next season.
What does that mean? Because he hasn't done it he hasn't played for a team that plays in the Champions League.
The broader point was around. Obviously, we started talking about Gabriel, but the broader point was: can Forest maintain this? In my opinion, 100% yes. And it comes down to their owner. I think. Not only is a proper Forest fan, where he was around when Forest won Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues, so he knows what is in Forest's DNA. He isn't here just to have a little jab at the Premier League. He didn't come to the Premier League just to survive. He came to thrive, and he showed that by buying 18 plus, 20 plus players in the summer and giving a big old hoo-ha to the Premier League and saying, yeah, we'll take the 4 points deductions. We're still gonna stay in the league, and we're gonna go on. I think he has a real vision for the squad. If people think that all Forest are gonna do is play counter-attacking football until it's not viable anymore, I think you're under a big disillusion. And he's not afraid. Just to end on this, remember, Forest are currently in a bidding war with Arsenal for Kuna. Whether they get him or not, it shows you just how where they're. Kuna is the type of 8/10 who's there to do what? Unlock defenses. What do you need? You need a team with a good possession, average possession. So there's already a plan, I believe, for Forest for next year, not just this year, next year, to play against low block teams. And you guys need to be afraid. You need to be very, very afraid. I've accepted it.
Hold on. I agree with you, but right now, it kind of just looks like the same thing that's been happening quite a lot.
This is about us. This is about us.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like Aston Villa was there,
and
Newcastle was there. Spurs has been there. The only one that's actually took advantage of being that surprise team is Leicester, and they won the league. So me personally,
I think Villa are like
let me just say it.
now, though.
I don't think anyone has gone in that position, Villa last season, thinking, oh, we're not gonna. They went into that position looking to challenge as well. So the same mentality that Forest has now, you had it. Newcastle had it. You get me? You got in the top 4. You got Champions League football. You was like, all right, let's do what we can do to stay up there. So I think everyone thinks that and has that mentality. But I think until Champions League football comes and you're playing teams like Real Madrid and stuff like that, you can't really judge them on a world basis. You got to kind of really just keep it to the Premiership. Just say, yeah, they're the best team, but the best defender in the Premiership. But until they do it, like Gay was one of the best defenders not too long ago. You get me? Like,
but you're shifting the goalpost all the time.
How is it?
You guys are talking about we're starting
You
to
lot
top 6.
we started from
Hold
Murillo
on.
being a world class
Nobody here
centre back.
says that Forest
And
can't maintain. I haven't heard anybody on this panel say that Forest can't maintain a top 4, top 5 position. Nobody
but
said
they've got
that.
the chance.
Yeah?
They've got the opportunity. Everyone has.
So what are you
No,
saying?
but what I'm saying about Forest's style of play, football, and this is one, nobody plays Forest like as in no one's sitting up in a low block to play Forest. And that's the advantage that they have as a team, and they'll continue to have over the next 12 to 18 months. Because and they should make hay while the sun shines. No doubt about that whatsoever.
They are going to fall off. That's what you're trying to say. This is going a roundabout way of saying it. They're going to fall off.
I'm being honest. I'm being very, very honest. Forest's style of play benefits from teams not overly respecting them. That is why they're doing so well.
But
if
they've already got to Forest. If they're going for a Kuna,
Nuno can break down a low block.
If they're already look, if they're going for a Mateus Cunha, who's an 8 or a 10, more of a 10 in a possession-based team,
Cunha.
And they've already got.
Cunha, bro.
But the thing is, they're already trying. If they got,
that's fine, bro.
Imagine,
bro, you should see some of the girls I'm trying to get, bro.
Jay, imagine next year they've got Cunha and Morgan Gibbs.
Bro, I don't need to imagine because that's not happening. What a waste of my imagination.
Process of grief. Process of grief. You're in denial.
Can I have a quick
and
what I
even it's
Listen,
only
hold on. Mr. Marinakis is a Forest fan, right? He came to university in Nottingham, fell in love with the club and all that. And he has got massive ambition. There's no two ways about that. He wants the best. Unlike a lot of owners, he wants the best for his club. He doesn't give two anythings about money. He's just converted £150 million worth of club loans into shares so that we don't have to pay it back. This guy loves our club. And yes, I don't think there's much of a chance of us getting Cunha, especially if Arsenal are involved. That's just common sense.
It's money.
But our 60 million is in there. You know what I mean? We're willing to go for it. And you must wish some of your clubs would do the same thing. Because what are you looking at? Who are you going for? Listen, mate. Listen, Jay. We sold you a pile of shit for 47 million.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So don't come with this.
I'm not here to discuss Tottenham. I'm here to discuss Forest. Can we stay on topic, please? Jesus Christ.
Okay.
All over the place, son. I liked you at the start, but that's
all I'm trying to say is the way we're playing at the moment with the players we've got, and as I say, I've mentioned them all, with the players we've got,
man,
I think we can maintain this top 5 chase, right?
I hear it, bro. I hear it. I'm older than I look.
Despite what Man City have cocked up tonight, I still think there's a chance that 5th place will get Champions League. Yeah. If we get into the Champions League, what do you think Mr. Marinakis is going to do? He's going to go insane. You think we were insane before?
Can I just add? He does have, if you read about Marinakis' history at his teams that he owns, he's extremely ambitious, but also extremely volatile. That's the thing, and that makes me worry.
We kept Steve Cooper for 6 months too long.
Okay, but wait. Let me just finish. What he does is that although he does consolidate positions, he does put when you need to spend money. I'm sure if Cunha is available and Cunha says yes to Forest, he will put 40, 50 million, he will do it because he's very ambitious. The problem comes with Marinakis. If you read about his time at his Greek club, Olympiacos, he's very impatient. So one bad run or one bad season, let's say, with a manager, he literally sacks all of the play. He has at Olympiacos, I read they finished third one season. I think it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago. He released 18 players from that squad. And he has done that at Forest Exec. He signed over 24 players last year. I think it was.
The season before, but yeah.
So even though I think the owner is great in terms of to move you on and he's super ambitious, I just don't think he's a stable enough in terms of influence in the club for you to maintain it every year, for you to say, we're going to be a Champions League club this year. And then if you look at the actual patterns, just the final thing, every year, the last 3 years, the two main surprises have been Newcastle, who finished third 2 years ago, and Villa. All of them have completely dropped the season after once they play every 3 days.
I get that. Because we had injuries, right?
Hold on,
what you're talking about, right?
Before we move on,
can I just respond? Let me just respond to that thing about Forest.
Let me just say this. Don't let an Arsenal fan mention Champions League to you. First and foremost.
Let me just answer those points he's made. First of all, Olympiacos is a totally different project to Nottingham Forest. Olympiacos have won, I think, 18 of the last 20 leagues in Greece. So if they don't win, it's massive. Also, Olympiacos last season won the first Greek club to win a European trophy. I know it's only the conference, but it's there. He's got ambitions in that. But it's a different kettle to fish with Forest. Forest came up, we finished the first season in 16th place. We kept our manager. We finished the second season in 17th place. We'd obviously replaced Cooper by then, but we kept our manager. He has a different attitude towards Forest. He knows that we can't immediately win everything like Olympiacos does. He knows that. And regarding the 30 players or whatever we signed, when we got promoted, now take this in, listen to this, it's important. When we got promoted, we had 6 full-time professionals at our club. 6.
Which is ridiculous, Ant. Which is ridiculous.
I went to Norfolk yesterday. I got confused. 6, right? So we had no choice but to buy a new squad. Literally, we had no choice. We got promoted with, I think, 7 loan players. So we had no choice. So when
he doesn't know about the struggle.
What were we supposed to do? And yet you look at the likes of Shitty Luton and players like that, and people criticise them because they've got no ambition. They don't spend anything.
But wait, don't forget where you came from, mate.
But wait, and
we have history of Luton. They always have people.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
How many coaches did you go through until you got until you went up to the Prem with?
Why should you not sack failing coaches? Chelsea sacked winning coaches.
Yeah, but
I like. We will circle back to this, man, when we get to the Arsenal section. We will come back to.
We're gonna spin the block. We're gonna come back on that.
Yeah, and just to let you know, with Steph, no matter how much you rebuttal his points and provide him with facts, in your own interest, sometimes you just agree to disagree because he never ever concedes.
Yeah, but I'm right here, so it's
I love this guy, man. I hate when I'm not in agreement, though, man. He's so fucking annoying.
What are you saying then? And what Forest? Are they bigger than Spurs? Like,
are you fucking? Are you a Spurs fan? Is everything okay? Oh, what's wrong with you?
I'm the host.
What question is that?
Let me try and nail this down for you because I hear a lot of these big club. What is a big club?
I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna
go a bigger stadium. Is that what a big club is? If that's the case, then yes, you are a bigger club because you got more money in a bigger stadium.
Sorry, and start again. What did you say?
Okay, does that make you feel?
What is a big club? He said, "What is a big club?" But what defines a big club?
That's what I'm saying. What is a big club? We've got 2 fucking European cups. I got 2 stars on my chest, mate.
Who in the lucky bingo said that he'd reference the Champions League trophies before the 40th minute? If you win, ding, 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 ding.
I'm asking because obviously Arsenal ain't got the Champions League either. So I don't know.
No. Yeah, hold on, wait.
If you're judging it on wealth and size of stadium, then yes, Spurs, for example, are bigger than Forest. If an alien was to come down and judge it purely on honours, it's a different kind of
Spurs would
story.
still be
Isn't it?
bigger than Forest.
Can I ask the
They've not
panel?
got any
Can I ask
European
the panel a
Cups. They've
question?
not won the league since 1961.
Can I ask the panel a question?
I don't know when Forest last won the league. Sorry. So
More recently than Spurs, Jay.
1979. 1980.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So you see the fact that because I don't know about this feeling, yeah. I'm just asking you lot, yeah. So because I heard Ant say they spent 23 years in the Championship.
Yeah.
No. We went right down to League One, mate.
Oh,
at one point.
23 years out of the top division. And don't get me wrong, I want a Champions League more than anybody. So this is probably coming from a biased perspective. Doesn't 23 years out of the top league kind of discount some of them trophies a little bit?
No, not discount. No,
you can't discount.
Football is all about your history, right? It's all about your history, what you've done in your club's lifetime. So for me, history is very important. But I get it. Look, we've been irrelevant for 25 years. Let's be honest.
I wouldn't say that.
Right?
I know the feeling.
I didn't catch it. So what did you say, Ant? I didn't catch that.
We've been irrelevant for 25 years, right?
You know what it is because we can't see him and he's fucking frozen.
No,
It's Doorbell.
And I love you. You're my man.
You guys will know this. Back in the day,
because Spurs have been so relevant for 25 years too. Fucking hell. Spurs have been so relevant. So relevant.
But I'll tell you what, the funny thing is, and I'm not just saying this is the honest truth, right? Whenever I go away to, even when we were in the Championship, when I used to go watch Premier League teams and I'll talk to Premier League fans, I can tell you every one of them said Forest should be back in the Premier League. Forest should be in the Premier League. They're a Premier League club. Not Brentford, teams like that. Brighton, we are a proper club. Okay, even though we've been out of the limelight, I know for you guys, you're younger and all that. Like, I get that,
No, I'm old, man.
You don't know much about football and stuff. I understand.
40 soon, mate. I'm 40 soon. You know what I mean, I know Tupac is. I'm old, man.
It's my birthday the other day.
I remember John Major. I know John Major. Do you know what I mean?
You're too young for John Major.
I remember John Major.
You're too young for John Major, bro.
John Major's from the mid-90s, so yeah.
Oh, I know him, but I've forgotten him.
Thank you, Michael.
No, I mean, all right, let's switch it then, because we could talk about Newcastle, we could talk about Forest, but we could also talk about City. Who's getting that spot? Who's your top four? Like, what does it look like? If the fifth spot's taken, because remember, City at the moment, it's looking a bit. They lost against PSG 3-2.
Fantastic game. Brilliant game. 4-2.
I know 4-2. My bad. 4-2. I don't know if the fifth spot. Yeah, I don't know if it's relevant anymore. I'm not too sure. So, who's your top four? I want to know. What's everyone's top four?
Who are you asking?
Well, can we say top five? Because then people might put us in there somewhere.
Do I have to put it in order, or can I just give you the teams?
Don't
Give the teams.
For this
the teams. I'm interested in the teams. I don't mind
Liverpool, Arsenal.
At
the moment, it's Forest, Chelsea, City, Newcastle, then Bournemouth down to 7th.
You know what? I don't know. You know, I actually don't know.
Mad.
Yeah, because from
clustered.
5th, Man City got 38
I think Chelsea might make it.
They're not in my top 5 for me.
Whoa, not in the top 5.
I'm telling you guys, they're frauds. They're frauds. They will not. They will drop completely.
Who's less of a fraud then? That's going to make it.
In my opinion, it's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal. Third is going to be Newcastle. I think fourth is going to be. I think fourth is going to be Man City, and I think fifth will be Forest, and then whatever after that.
That'd be crazy if the league finished like that.
Because if you look at the difference between sixth to third. Not third. 6th to 7th to 4th. It's very close. It's like 3 points, 4 points.
Yeah, you're right.
You're saying City no Champions League. Is that what you said?
Yeah, for me, yes. They're gonna recover. They've got too many good players to not get in the top 5.
In 2 games' time, You lot are playing City. Are you
Exactly.
I love it when something like this comes together because when you lay the bed, sometimes you need to lie in it. So I need to understand,
When I lay
like
the
you've just
bed.
started to explain, how the team that is not going to finish in the top 5, how are they going to fare when they play Arsenal in 2 weeks' time? Just out of curiosity.
For me, they will, but one game against Arsenal, even if they lose, doesn't mean they won't finish in the top 5, Jay.
Right, so no, I'm saying they're gonna beat you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes,
I'm
okay.
saying they're gonna beat you,
No.
and I'm saying how's that gonna?
Okay, let's see. I don't think they'll beat us because defensively they're horrendous, and they have shown to be again tonight. PSG absolutely ripped them apart.
Offensively in open play, you're
We've scored the second most goals in the league, Jay.
in open play.
Averts,
Because I could have sworn
Hey,
a third of your goals.
open play, corner, set pieces, penalties,
All the same.
That's fine.
It's
See,
all the
same.
same. What the fuck is that in open play? Spurs have scored plenty of open play goals.
I'm just gonna. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to say that it's always
You
people that
lying.
don't do stuff in open
You're
play.
lying.
No, I'm just saying that like, it's always people that don't do stuff in open play that complain when you bring the open play style up. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you complain about the open play style? I don't hear Forest fans complaining about the open play style. I don't even know where Forest are.
But you know what it is though. But then we could say it's always a team that scored 45 goals with a negative goal difference that went to sidestep defense.
That is crazy.
Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, at the end of the day.
So you think Man City, because their open play lately has been really good because they beat Ipswich 6-0 away. That's your like link, because if you look at their previous games before that, they drew with Brentford. Their away form this season has been quite poor. But I think Chelsea and the other teams, I think Newcastle will finish third. That's because Newcastle, when they play one game a week for me, are easily a top 4 side. When they play every 3 days, they're not. That's always been my
doesn't make sense. We just won 9 games in a row playing 3 days a week. We beat you and Tottenham within a week. We beat Man United within 10 days.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. You need to prove it to me because last season you went
literally just proved it. Literally just proved it. We beat
Man United because last season you went from 3rd to 9th, Toon, and this season you started the actual season very.
Your point was
now you're in a hot streak.
Your point was every 3 days we can't do it. We've just won 9 games in a row playing.
Did you play every 3 days?
Yes.
You played every 3 days,
including League Cups and FA Cups. Yes.
Okay.
Ask Tottenham, who we played 3 days before that. Ask Arsenal. Ask Man United.
Okay.
Ask Wolves.
I'll put you third, man. I'll put you third. So stop attacking. Oh, yes. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong then. Okay. I'll put you third. But for me, Chelsea are gonna complete every time I've watched Chelsea the last 5 to 6 games. They really don't look good. And for me, they're not the current position that they're in. I think they're gonna completely drop off in my opinion. Defense, that goalkeeper of theirs, I think, is arguably the worst goalkeeper in the league.
He's taking bets, man. Like when I saw the Wolves game,
he's every game he makes 2 or 3.
And on like Onana, it's between him and Onana.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do you think when you not play Forest, you could beat them?
In my opinion, yes, but it will be a really cagey game. It will be like probably a very boring, slow game. But 1-0
isn't for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest, anybody can beat anybody. That's been proven quite a lot this season.
Yeah.
Except Southampton.
And all our sides are hostage to injuries anyway. You know, exactly. I think any of us. I mean, if Isaac was to get an injury, Virgil van Dijk. You know, for us, who it would be? Chris Wood.
Yeah, Chris Wood. I would say Anderson Wood. I would say Anderson Wood. And I think one of the most underrated players this season, and currently, in my opinion, the best fullback in the league this year, Ole Aina. Nobody talks about Ole Aina.
Free transfer.
He's been, for me, he plays left back, right back. He's 2-footed. He's a brilliant player that nobody talks about. Is one of the best fullbacks.
You know he's available on a free, don't you?
Who?
Aina. Lorena. He's available on free.
Went after him because they just sold what's his name?
But,
he was on Filthy Fellas, wasn't he?
What the word on the street is? Funnily enough, he's going to sign another contract with us instead.
No, he's
He
gonna.
loves playing for Forest.
No, but Ant, my point has never been that he's not gonna try and consolidate the position. My point is that with every tricky moment, Marinakis has shown that he will fire the coach, even though sometimes you just got to get through it sometimes, and that's the thing that worries me. He's not the most stable owner, but as an owner, in terms of ambition, I've never doubted that he will pay the big bucks.
No, I get what you're saying, and I would have agreed with you prior to Steve Cooper, but he stayed with Steve Cooper
That's
for
true.
far too long.
That's
far
true,
too
yeah,
long.
that's true.
And with Nuno, we finished 17th last season. He could have easily fired Nuno, but he didn't. So I think that the Forest project for him is very different from the Olympiacos project. Olympiacos, they have to win every year. There's no excuse. A bit like Chelsea, in all honesty. That's how they used to be. Even if they won the league, they'd sometimes sack the manager because they weren't progressing enough.
That's true.
So the way he looks at Olympiacos is like that. They have to be at the top all the time. Forest, I think he realises it's not an instant fix. He wants to. So I think he will stick with Nuno.
You think
he's got to stick with Nuno right now, hasn't he? But,
do you think then now Forest are back? Like this is them in like the top. Like they're going to be in the top 6. They're going to obviously play in Europe. Are they there to stay now, or do you think it's a one season, a one hit wonder? How do you feel the fact?
Yeah, I mean, you're not daft. You know yourself. Once if we qualify for Champions League, it brings a hell of a lot more stress, but it brings a hell of a lot of money as well. But it brings a lot more stress on the squad. All I would say is that I think that Mr. Marinakis would go in the market to strengthen the squad so that we are able to compete in the. He won't sit on his laurels. Next summer, if we get Champions League next summer, I tell you, he's going to go crazy.
Yeah, he will. No, that's true. It's just, will that succeed in terms of?
Just the one thing
We don't know,
do
we? In honesty, we don't know right now.
Yeah.
Just don't go too crazy, because with the whole Champions League thing, like obviously to go crazy, the revenue you've generated from the Champions League hasn't actually come through yet. So you're only really able to spend the revenue that you make from Champions League.
Yeah.
So you also got to
that won't stop Mr. Marinakis. He'll do it somehow.
I get that, but be careful. You don't want to get yourself.
I'm so not surprised that a Tottenham fan is when a Forest fan is talking about ambition and taking risk. The first one the Tottenham fan says, "Look at the budget, though. Be very, very
look at the revenue."
Didn't you have to sell Minter the season after making the Champions League?
That's because we had the Cartel 6 creating laws.
Sexy financing. What was it you sent Forest? Hold on. No wonder you're being so nice to Forest. You guys were fucking in cahoots in the summer doing dodgy deals. You sent them the third choice goalie. They sent you Elliot Anderson.
100%.
You guys want to talk about PSR? Both of you guys are crooks. Behave yourself, man.
Wait, guys, listen. The ultimate goal or ambition is when you get into the actual Champions League, you sign players like Richarlison and Clement Longley.
Why are you talking like that? You didn't do anything in the Champions League. When's the last time you made a Champions League final? When's the last time you made a Champions League semi-final? When's the last time you were close to winning the trophy? Why are you talking like you're some sort of winners of the Champions League? In fact, Mr. Forest fan, if you wouldn't mind boxing up Stefan with some facts about winning a Champions League trophy, that would be massively appreciated.
Okay, thank you, Jay. Hey, good luck in your relegation fight, because as you talk about revenue,
Stefan, this is fine, yeah. Stefan, this is absolutely fine. Because I want to say to you, because I want to say to you, Stefan,
if he knows he's won,
he's lost.
No, I'm just saying. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I just want to rebuttal to Stefan. Going into this season, what's happening this season is not what I thought was going to happen. Absolutely. I did not envisage. I did not envisage Spurs would be 15th. But
I told you this manager was.
Hold on. Going into this season, my one and overriding objective was to win a trophy. That was my be-all and end-all of this season. It wasn't to finish 4th. It wasn't to finish. It was to win a trophy.
It was to be in a relegation fight.
It was to win a trophy. And Spurs are in a semi-final, winning on aggregate. You're losing, by the way.
Thank you, Jay.
We're in the 5th round of that, and we're still in the Europa League. So all I'm going to say, Stefan, is this can still be a successful season for me and be a season that lived up to my pre-season expectation. Because after all, the game is about glory, is it not, Stefan?
and not getting relegated.
But you're
Okay, yeah, semantic.
It's definitely not being 15th in the Premier League. It's definitely not about that.
No. It's not about 15. It's Jay talks about as if going.
I'm not talking about the same. Stefan, you talk like Arsenal are perennial winners.
No,
that's
I
what's
talk-
annoying. I
no,
can take the corn.
No,
I
no,
know
no,
Spurs have been terrible this
Definitely
season.
not about that.
You're not winning anything at the
That
moment
was the
either.
best one.
You're not winning.
Okay, Jay.
Well, you're saying okay.
Arsenal,
Well, you're saying
no.
okay, Jay. You're second in the league.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
You're second
January,
in the
Jay.
league. You got a chance in the
Remember,
Champions League. You're losing on aggregate. You're already out the FA Cup. Listen, I respect us. I respect Arsenal, and I hate every time Stefan's on the
don't
show.
respect Arsenal, man.
No, I
Only
hate when
respect
Stefan's on the show
Arsenal.
because
So
people
stop
will
acting
listen
as
to
if you're
me.
some
And people
objective
will listen to me
critic
and
of
they'll think
Arsenal.
I've got an agenda. I
Yes,
don't
you
have an
do.
Arsenal agenda. I have a Stefan agenda. Those two things are different, but sometimes they overlap. Do you
Of
know
course.
what I mean?
Jay,
Hey,
you
yo.
are the most objective judge when it comes to Arsenal. I have never doubted that. But for you to come at Arsenal's facility and ask
I didn't come at Arsenal.
They don't stop.
Stefan, you came at Spurs, and I just said you're not winners at the moment. This is what I don't understand.
Separate channel. Give them a separate room.
It's very simple. Stefan is already out of the FA Cup and is already losing on aggregate in the League Cup and is not top of the league.
Who's speaking?
Stefan, all I'm saying to you is
for you,
yeah,
right
you know,
now,
you handle your business. We'll try and handle ours.
which is what, a relegation fight? Is that your business?
Yeah, bro. At the moment, it is. Yeah, it is.
Because-
It is.
And I'm not even going to change my argument. I know I'm onto a winner, right?
Bro, listen. Sorry, can the comment section just understand? There's nothing wrong with my Wi-Fi.
let me-
Camera
I
is
just-
different to Wi-Fi.
I
Please,
just-
guys, come on.
Of course,
you're
Jay.
insulting us
I'm the
all
bad
with
guy.
the
You
reason.
actually really like Arsenal. You're very objective when it's
Ash, do you have any other topics today? Or is this
No, hold on.
Yeah,
Let's just finish this point and move on because I don't want to bore people. Real
No,
simple.
no.
Stefan, real simple. Spurs, we're a laughing stock. Yeah, we're 15th. Yeah, we look stupid. But come the end of the season, if we win a trophy, then we won't look as stupid. Like, it's a long season, bro. And right now, K up. Like, we were laughing when you got knocked out of the FA Cup. Like, we were laughing when you lost to Newcastle. Don't make sure you win a trophy this season, Stefan.
Why do we have to make sure we win a
Let's go on,
trophy?
bro. Let's go on.
All right, let's change the subject.
Jay, Stefan said that he was a bit concerned about Forest with Mr. Marinakis being a bit trigger happy with managers. Do you wish that your board were a bit more like that?
Bro, listen. The thing is like, I respect Forest and I respect what you're doing. But let's not take the piss here because what you're achieving now.
I'm not taking the piss. What I'm saying is,
years ago, it wasn't good enough for us.
Postecoglou and do something about it.
Bro, listen. My thing is that like Spurs are in a situation now where it's very difficult to definitively say it's all the manager's fault. You know, Spurs have basically played. Spurs have basically played for the last 2-3 months with like 14, 15 players every 3 days. Do you know what I mean? Like across every competition. Because we're still in every competition now. That's not. One sec, Stefan. That's not an excuse as to why Spurs are losing to Ipswich at home or giving Palace their first win of the season. It's not. But it's not. I don't have enough definitive information because the team, for example, before our centre backs and goalie went down, was fairly stable. You know, we were a few points. I think we were 6 points off Arsenal when our centre backs and goalie went down. So at that point, it's very difficult for me to default say it's all the manager. But I think the manager could have been better. I think the players could have been better. I think the transfers could have been better. Medical staff could have. Everyone could have been better. But I don't know definitively if it's the manager's fault or whether or not there's other factors. But
you know, I'm not sorry for you, Jay. You brought this on yourself, man. You started off with this whole it's robbery on Nottingham Forest, and then
bro, listen, I respect Forest, bro. I respect Forest. I respect what they're doing. I hope they have a great jolly in Europe next season. I have no issues. Like you guys think it's just that. It's
That's
just
like,
that,
you know when
like,
you meet your ex's boyfriend and you're like, yeah, man, I'm so happy for you. And he's got such a great
yeah,
car. And
do you know
he's
what I
got
mean?
so much
I'm
money. He's
genuinely
got these
happy.
big houses. Yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
so
no.
happy for you. Like,
No, guys,
There's a finite
I've
amount of happiness in the world. Do you know what I mean?
Jay,
People think there's
Jay,
Oh my
infinite. No,
God.
there's a finite
you
amount,
said,
especially in the
you
Premier
said,
League. There's a finite amount of happiness.
We
I can't be
got-
having Forest taking all my happiness.
Jay,
wait.
Jay, you said your aim was to win a trophy this season. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yes, yes,
Can you remember Wigan a few years ago when they beat Man City in the FA Cup final? Would you be happy with that?
Listen. I appreciate it's the first time you've been invited to the table of relevancy.
Oh.
In almost,
Man's sidestepping the question,
almost
you know.
30 years. So
Man's not
all of
answering the
these
question.
shots, perfectly
No,
permissible, pretty good,
Possible though.
and I
I'm
accept
asking
it.
you.
No,
Yes,
guys,
I'm
I'm
hoping
not-
we don't go down and win
Wait,
the
let
FA
me.
Cup.
You said you'd be happy
well
with
played,
a cup
well
no
played.
matter trophy, no matter what. And I'm saying, well, Wigan won the FA Cup and got
listen,
relegated.
I
Would
get
you
it.
be happy with that?
When in Rome, wear a toga. I hear it.
He's sidestepping the question there, Jay.
You
Sidestepping
know,
the
when you're
question.
15th in the Premier League, you have to talk about the table of relevancy, isn't it? Like,
Hey,
'cause
listen. That's what I'm saying,
that's
bro.
the table that
Island of
matters at the moment,
relevancy.
isn't
No,
it?
no,
Relevance.
honestly,
That's
Island
what
of
I'm saying.
relevancy.
Honestly, this is the final thing, and we'll move on. This is my
No,
final
you're lying. You're lying.
rebuttal.
You're lying.
This is the final thing. I promise, guys.
don't
I
believe
promise.
this,
This is
man.
the final thing. Listening to Jay talk shit when they're 15 is like.
You really think starting it with that is gonna make it the last thing? Step?
No. Let me
It's funny,
me
isn't it?
finish.
The last thing to say is he's in.
Let me finish my point. Listening.
You know when the ref already blows the whistle.
Okay, wait. Let me finish. Can I finish?
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
So listening to Jay talking shit to Forest fans and saying,
Double down.
don't be so excited, this and that, is like going to prom and you being with no date whilst everybody else has dates, and you critiquing everybody else's dates as ugly. Whilst you're there by yourself doing fuck all.
Okay.
So,
This is
And I'm
this is your
having a
problem.
great time.
No, Stefan, this is your problem. You always are a prisoner of the moment, but when the season finishes, you're always next season. You don't do the moment at the end of next season. So when you come second this season, what you'll do is you'll talk about next season. You'll talk about what's going to happen next season and how unlucky you were the season past, but you won't live in the moment. But all throughout the season, you don't do anything but live in the moment. You won't talk about last season. You won't talk about the past. You just talk about the moment. So I acknowledge that we are 15th, and I am more than happy to live in the moment. But that moment also encourages a semi-final in the cup that we're in front of, a fifth round, fourth round of the cup that you are out of because you lost at home to Man United. You don't want to talk about the moment.
we've also won the most FA Cups, Jay, and the most amount of.
See, you want to talk about the past now. Now you want to talk about the past. Yeah,
But you just said he
don't
only
wanna live in the
wants. You
moment.
just said he only wants to talk about the moment.
No, bro, he won't talk about the moment. As soon as I said that, he said, "Hey, we've won the most FA Cups." You don't want to live in the moment.
Not only wait, Jay. Not only
the next round of the
have
cup
we
as
won the
well.
most FA Cups in the last recent history, nobody has won more in the last 10 years, for example. Nobody has won more FA Cups than Arsenal. So
Okay,
the
what's
FA
that got to do with the fact that you lost to Man United this season?
It was a terrible loss. We lost the penalties, okay.
You see what I mean?
Jay,
What does any of that have to do with
No,
the
no,
fact that
Jay,
you lost to
I
Man United at home
cannot.
this season?
Wait,
10 man Man United.
Okay. I cannot wait for the mental gymnastics in 2 fucking weeks when you're knocked out by Liverpool at Anfield and you get pumped by Villa 4 days later at Villa Park.
What's going to happen to you, Stefan? Will you also be out of the competition? Because don't forget, you lost your first leg 2-0 at home.
Jay. Well, you did better than Arsenal to get to the 4th round and get knocked by Aston Villa. Well done. That's another
Let's
trophy
see, bro.
for you.
Let's see if we get knocked out first, yeah?
Yeah, we'll see. You guys are doing amazing. You have every right to be confident.
Let's see, bro. Let's see.
All right, so we're going to talk about Liverpool.
By the way, we're still in the FA Cup as well, so watch out for us. We don't lose many games.
All right.
Just saying.
Okay, we respect it. But yeah, Liverpool. What can I say? Bro, preach, talk to me. Was you a bit nervous about Liverpool? Because obviously you dropped points. That was a little while ago. You drew with, was it United in the cup? And then who did you draw with? Forest, didn't it? It was Forest you drew with. Imagine that.
1-1, yeah.
Wow. Hi, Ant. Anyway, but yeah, did you get a bit nervous? Obviously, it took a little while before you got those goals with Darwin Núñez with the double, bang, bang. Do you know what I'm saying? Was you expecting it? Do you have that supreme confidence now that Liverpool just go on and they get it done? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I weren't nervous at the draws, but like the game against Brentford, it was nerve wracking. Like I was like, come on, like we need to win the game now. Like there's a lot of draws going on. Like we need to win. So that in terms of nerves like that, but
well, once you see that you got it over the line. Now Chiesa, I don't know. People don't obviously he's injured a lot, but he's starting to look like he's coming into the fold of things. Obviously, Núñez is coming out with last minute winners. You're getting goals from different places. Is it now the time where you kind of roll up your sleeves and think, yeah, Liverpool can win this league? Is now the time?
They're not going to say that.
We definitely just got to go for it. Can it be done? We won't know until May.
What did I tell you, Adam? What did I tell you? They'll never say it. They're scared. They've been scarred.
No, but do you know that Liverpool have been top 7 times in January and only won it once in the last 7 years. So that's why maybe preach a little bit cautious.
Listen, they already know that. Don't get. It's your first day. Don't listen to him. I told you stop listening to him. Yeah.
You'll learn all about us, and like everyone's got their own life works.
Would you be nervous? Would you be mad disappointed though if you lost the league from where you are sitting at the moment? Obviously, you're 6 points clear.
Oh.
You've got the game in hand.
This is a really good
question. Ash, before Preach answers that question, let me ask you the similar question of when we lost, like when we had to beat City to make Champions League. You've got to understand who you lose.
Talk about Spurs for the Newcastle segment. We're talking about Spurs for the Liverpool segment.
No. Whoa. No, I'm not talking about
someone else speak, bro.
Let me land.
You've been landing all show. You're the only one who's been.
Hey, bro. Well, maybe if you made some pertinent points, you might be able to land them. Anyway,
it's not all about me. Unfortunately, they're like, you know what I mean. You got a Spurs show Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday on this channel. Let some of the rivals have a word.
It's called rivals. It's not called friends, is it, prick?
That's the Phoebe in them, man.
Phase, this is relegation symptoms. Trust me. I've been there, and we've been there, so I can recognize it. We've seen it.
I just want to tell in the chat.
Starts off with denial.
It starts off with yeah.
No, guys. I just want to answer. We are Spurs TV in the chat. Stephanie didn't have a date. My man, I was with the prom queen. My man. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry here.
Go on, Jay, answer your question upon the question. So then, preach.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is who. I was saying. Yeah. I was saying who you lose. I feel like to an extent, who you lose the league title to, if you were to bottle the league, would also impact heavily on how disappointed one might be potentially. And I was, I was potentially saying, for example, to lose the league to Arsenal per se, meh. Lose the league to CP, meh. Lose the league to Stefan, impossible. Like, do you know what I mean? Impossible. And Preach knows what I'm saying here. Preach knows it is impossible that Liverpool can bottle this league now.
I get what you're saying, but I think if you're in Liverpool's position, I don't think it matters who you is. Like if you lose,
I don't know, bro. I don't know if you introduce.
No, you don't know, bruv. I know
you don't know.
So we preach.
You know what this reminds me of? Yeah. Do you remember when we won the league at Spurs and they celebrated the draw? And TT was like, "We just won the league at your ground. Like you're celebrating the wrong thing."
I think if anybody's going to be upset about who wins the league, it's going to be Arsenal, surely, isn't it? Because they've had 2 years of chasing City. City drop off, and then they still don't win it. That must be the most disappointing thing, surely.
Oh, I like you, Al. I like
this is crazy.
But City and Arsenal this season, arguably, can be said that they have dropped off because their key players have been injured.
So yeah.
The fact is you need a bit of luck in terms of for your best players and your most important players to stay fit. Liverpool have that at the moment, Liverpool are the best performing team. But all I'm gonna say is up until February last season, they were pretty much going at the same rate, and then they dropped off. And I just think the way Slot is not rotating the team whatsoever in terms of
Yes, he is.
Van Dijk, Gravenberch, and
No, but we lost Salah.
play
We
every
lost
game.
Salah as well to
Okay,
AFCON
let's see.
and the hamstring.
Sorry.
I'm saying Salah in it to AFCONs and the hamstring was around that time
Yeah,
as well.
but Salah went to AFCON in January, came back, and was back in March. Preach. And yes, he wasn't the same
exactly.
player.
Yeah,
He
so
wasn't
when is
even
February?
the same.
February's between January and March, yeah?
Okay, but he was out from AFCON at the start of AFCON. So
Yeah, yeah.
he was
And then he
out
got
for a month.
then he got
So
the
came
hamstring,
back.
yeah? When did he get the hamstring issue?
I don't. I remember he played in March, so I have no idea. But
So
he played
exactly.
in
So
March
and then
April,
when did
May.
we drop off? And then when did we drop off?
You dropped off around March, April, May. You dropped off in the final 3 months.
When Salah came back from injury.
When Salah, I don't remember when, but I remember the first game.
You just said you remembered it was in March, bruv. So I don't
It was
know how
in
you
March.
don't remember.
I'm saying this roughly. Do you want me to come out exactly when you dropped? I remember one.
Yes, because you don't fact check nothing, bruv. So yes, I want you to,
Okay.
bruv.
I remember the one specific game which you lost, which started the whole the bad season run, which was.
And did Salah have a world?
Wait,
And did Salah have a worldy
Are
game
you
in
gonna,
that game?
are you gonna let me finish, or are you gonna keep
No,
like?
I don't want to hear that. All that.
Okay.
Did Salah have a worldy game, bruv? Did Salah have a worldy game in that game that we lost?
Which game are you talking
The one
about?
the one that you just wanted to talk all about, bruv.
You asked me. You asked me.
Salah. I'm talking about that game in March. Yeah. Did Salah have a worldie when he came back from his injury?
I don't
Because
think
you're
so.
talking about
Because
a
it was
time that we
1-0.
dropped off. You're talking about a time when we dropped off at a sad time. Salah was injured.
Yeah, but
So
then
we're talking
you
about a time like
continued-
that.
Okay,
So I don't
but you continued to drop off in April when he started playing. You went to West Ham away. It finished 2-2. You continuously drop points in April also when he came back. That's why you finished
because he lost,
7
he lost
points
form.
at
He went,
Arsenal
away,
and
he
9
went off to AFCONs. He went off to AFCONs and got a hamstring injury. He lost rhythm. Like, you know, Klopp talks about rhythm in football. Like, there's a lot of that.
He was poor at AFCON, wasn't he? He was poor at AFCON.
Okay, but
And he was
you're
poor at
making
AFCON.
but you're making my whole point. You were unlucky that your key player and the guy that currently makes up over 60% of your goals and assists this season dropped off at the business end of the season. And as a result, because he dropped off, your whole team dropped off.
Your point is, at some point around now, because we're mid-January, there's February and March. You're saying that Salah's going to drop off.
No,
he's going to get injured.
I'm saying that
listen to what I'm saying. For what you want to happen, Salah has to drop off, innit? So you're saying
he already has dropped off.
As well.
That's why he already has dropped off. That's why you drew from the last 3 or 4 Premier League games. You drew 2 of them and you lost the.
So what's Arsenal doing about it, though? What's Arsenal doing?
Salah was poor at Forest. He was poor at Forest.
I don't want to bring Arsenal into it. I don't want to bring Arsenal into it. I just want to hear what he's saying makes sense. Because we don't even need to play those tricks when it comes to Stefan. You just need to let him talk.
What? It's simple stats. Salah makes up over 60% of your goals and assists.
No, but what I'm
highly reliant on this player.
What's his stats like? When does he get injured? Like what's the stats on that? So does it always happen at the same time every season?
My point is,
does he get injured every season?
I never said he's going to get injured in March or April. I just said that if he drops off like he did last season, you will struggle. I said you need a bit of luck, that your best players need to stay fit the whole season so you can maintain the run. That's all I said. If Salah
but what I'm saying, that's the whole point, innit?
Okay,
that's the whole point of every single team, bro.
That was a pointless debate. Yeah.
Every single team.
We just gave away a lot of time we're not going to get back. Yeah.
So I'm saying it's like last time you were talking about the fixtures. Like, I don't understand your points, bro.
Well, currently the 3 teams that you have played away from home that are in the top 10, you did not win. You still have to play another 6 teams in the top 10.
Let me repeat it.
Bear that in mind.
Okay.
bear that in mind. You played Nottingham Forest away. You played Arsenal away. And I
But Forest was a good point.
Newcastle.
Forest was a good point away. That was a
But
good point.
my point is that when you play again, you still have to play Chelsea away, Brighton away, Aston Villa away,
Yeah,
Man
but we can
City
still
away.
get a good point, bro. But what I'm
Bournemouth
saying
away.
is, even if we don't, as long as we don't lose, it's a good point. Forest was a good point. We didn't win that,
Okay.
so it could still be a good point.
Let's see. Okay.
What,
This is
Stefan, what did Arsenal do last time they
yours
were
is
away?
different.
What did
Sorry?
Arsenal do last time they were away? In your last away game, what did you do again?
Arsenal against the top 10 teams away from home. They drew against Man City.
What happened in your last game? Literally your last game.
They
Emirates.
No,
they drew
was
against
that
Villa.
Emirates? Well, that was
Villa
at home.
Emirates.
Yeah, that was at home. That was Emirates.
Because I was gonna say to Stefan, what's the point in complaining about other teams' away games if you're drawing at home to Everton?
Exactly.
drawing
Like,
at home
what's
to Villa?
like?
You know
What's
what?
it-
Yeah.
Let's not make it like about that. Let's not make it about that. I know you lot are looking to shoot.
No,
No. Go on. What did you want to say? What did you want to say, CP?
Go on, Faze, go on.
You see this whole we've never had a fortress of a ground, like ever in our history. It's like I think we're more.
I think you've been good. I think you've been good over the last year or so. You've been real good at home.
We
Yeah,
have
but there's no guarantee though. You can't come to the
okay.
Emirates and get something like. Do you know?
I'm not saying there is. It's Saucy Boy Stefan.
I don't have that feeling. Like,
Do you
plenty of players.
Are you happy with your current attacking options at the moment, or do you
No.
feel like you're missing one or two players to push you over that line?
Is he laughing? They're 15.
Who?
you know what? Because I don't want to be I don't want to be self-indulged. We actually haven't had a Liverpool segment because we all kind of spoke over preach and we had our own agendas thrown over. I don't want to be selfish and steal a man's airtime. I know it's late at night and man can't even get to talk.
Oh, okay. I heard you loud and clear, CP.
No, not you. Because I was about to do it myself.
It's fine, bro. We'll give you a minute to shine. Fucking hell, bro. I'll go on mute. Sorry.
Hey guys, don't forget to smash and hit that like button as well if you're watching, please. It helps us to get seen. So, yeah, if you can. But yeah, all right, cool. Preach. Carry on. Is there anything else you wanted to present? Anything more you wanted to say on Liverpool? Because
just like the Brentford, I'm glad because I feel like Salah didn't really have a good game as well.
pretty much other players turned up, to be fair. Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I was really happy about that because Stefan keeps on talking about it like we can't do that. So it was good for Nunes to like get the 2 goals right at the last minute. Heartbreaker as well. So yeah, no, it was good. But do you know what? Yeah, I feel like I learned that Slot, he's worked out how to play against the low block. Get Gravenberch in there, quick small pass to his feet. The way he turns in that area, just in front of the box, is beautiful. And then if he gets enough time to turn and make another pass, I can see it. So I'm looking forward to like playing teams with the low block. Or hopefully Slot.
I'm not gonna lie. When I watched that game, I wasn't sure if you lot were gonna do it. I thought like Brentford, they had a lot of chances, equally as much as you lot had at one point. I thought Brentford were rocking you a little bit. But
you see what? Oh, go on.
No, I'm gonna say, but the win, like you got the W no matter what. You got the W no matter what. It wasn't like the Forest game where you were peppering Forest. Don't get like.
I thought last 20 minutes, there was a lot of they had them under a lot of pressure. Last 20.
Yeah, no, they did. They stepped it up. That's what I mean. That's why I felt it was like a career, like a championship winning kind of performance, if that makes sense. It was defining, and I see Slot almost get to his knees. But
could I just say the nuance? 2 things. One is against Forest. I felt Forest kind of like they used a lot of their energy in the first 70 minutes or so. Forest didn't have much left. Brentford still carried quite a nice transitional threat even until late in the game. That's why this will be a good win for Liverpool, because Liverpool will be like, they had to put enough pressure on that they could get the goal, but still keep it tight enough at the back that they don't concede the winner to them. And I think this is where they went one step further than Forest, because in Forest they were knocking and they couldn't, probably because of Forest, they've got a good defense. Forest set up really well. They couldn't break them down at the end. I think a bit unlucky as well. I think on another day the ball drops for you against Forest, but then you were a bit lucky in the set piece corner. So you could be like, look.
Why I feel different is I feel like they were lucky
Oh,
If you think about the
think
amount
Forest
of
will okay.
in all our draws, if you think about the amount of shots that we had, yeah, and
Yeah, but
also
that's
what you've got to realize.
That's a failing on your forwards part. You can't say that's bad luck or that's the
No, I was gonna just say
choice for
your
looking.
goal.
If you can't finish your dinner, that's your problem, not ours.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. You're lucky, innit? We didn't finish our
Well,
dinner.
yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
we
saying.
weren't lucky. You were bad. You couldn't finish.
Yeah, that's lucky for you. Lot, you was bad because you know we can be good.
That's
like
not,
you know our best
yeah,
level.
I don't
What I'm
like
saying
luck
is,
business. Right?
what I'm saying
We
is, you know our
defended
best.
well and you couldn't finish. Our players tired after 70 minutes. Nico Williams, who kept Salah quiet all match.
That's what I'm
was
trying to say.
on his arse.
Listen.
You
Let
know?
me teach you something here.
oh, teach.
The same pattern that you went through, every other team went through. If you think about it, every other team that we played look weak near the end of the game because we tire you out. We do it on purpose.
Yeah, I get that.
I
get that.
You've got energy. You have energy. And
Except
we wear you
Newcastle.
lot out with the passes. We kill you with passes. And every team goes through that.
Liverpool are
And
a tough side
then
to
we
play
rake up.
against.
And then if you look at the frequency of our shots, a lot of shots come near the end when you lot are tired. Yeah. That's why I'm saying you lot are lucky. You lot are lucky. I'm not saying you lot didn't play well. I promise that. I'm not saying that. I will say that if it was. I'm just saying
we weren't lucky because your guys couldn't finish.
no one was even expecting your goal. Even your goal. Even Chris's goal was like because he's on fire. He just snapped it, but no one was expecting that.
Brilliant finish. It
was against the run of play.
Listen,
that's what we did.
The run of play the game was for the first 70 minutes. The game was completely even. It was
the first half. Liverpool did nothing to us.
Yeah, you did nothing in the first half.
Nothing. You did nothing to us in the first half. We were comfortable. I remember I sat next to my brother and I was saying to him, if this wasn't Liverpool,
I like that comment.
This is comfortable. It's comfortable. But
with this, I do agree with Preach that Nottingham Forest should have conceded in the final 20 minutes and
should have. How can you say should have conceded?
In terms of the actual chances that Liverpool Liverpool created, you know, if it was on another day, they probably would have scored. But then I can make the same argument.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, we were off.
But then I can make the same argument that in the first 20 to 25 minutes, if Mbeumo, of course, had to save his shittest game when he plays against Liverpool. He's been so clinical, but against you guys, he was horrendous. The amount of times that he broke.
What I'm saying is in terms of pattern of play. So if you look at the history of the games that we're playing, there's a pattern to it. It's not like a one-off.
Well, Newcastle,
kind of
Arsenal,
it's not what I'm saying. It's not a one-off type of performance. So I'm going by a history of this season where I'm saying, right,
you dominate games. They dominate games and usually put them away.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking it away. You lot played well, bro. You lot have been on. From when you lot won at Anfield, you lot have been on Slot's mind the whole time.
Yeah. Did you hear the singing? In your head, in your head.
I like that. I'm saying I like that's cool. You get me, like proper. I was like, yeah, you brought it up in games that's got nothing to do with Forest, so you know
every game. Game.
No, but even that game, Ash does have a point. That the Brentford game was won by the fact that you guys had Nunes on the bench and better subs that came on. And even though I think the first goal was extremely fluky, where there was a long ball, it deflected, and then it perfectly sat again for Trent to pass. So it was a bit of a lucky goal, but the game itself was very basketball.
Some people would just say that was like an athletic mind, like an athlete's mind, where you think on the spot real quickly, like. You know what I'm saying? If it was boxing and someone swang, you didn't see it and you ducked, you'd be like, "Raw, great reflexes."
Instinctive.
You know what I'm saying? So it landed in front.
That was Jota, wasn't it? It was Jota, wasn't it? That goal.
And to be fair, Jota's been injured and they still got players that come on. And I think that's what I was asking the Arsenal fans at the start.
Perfect transition.
Do you lot think you're missing? Because I'm comparing Liverpool to Arsenal and I'm saying, Arsenal defensively, I can't fault them really.
This is an A-star point.
You're solid, but
they just conceded 2 goals at home.
But we were tired.
If you look at the if you look at the course of the season, in terms of goals conceded, Arsenal don't really leak that many goals.
Aren't they getting a bit worse though? Like especially in the last Is that right?
I think that Ben White is
Ben White's been a massive miss.
very underrated. What he gives to that defense, and he's been missing for a long time.
Before we move on from Ash's point, because I think there's a very direct parallel, which I think is a good point here, because I was looking into this now. So since it's the approach on attackers, isn't it? So you see how Steph said they had Nunes on the bench,
Right. That's
like
right.
that. So they've got an abundance, and like Arteta's been very particular with the type of forwards he wants and the type of forwards he buys. So he's overstacked the defense, but he hasn't overstacked the forwards. And this is one thing that I give Liverpool respect for. So since they bought Salah in 17-18, that year they bought Oxlade, Chamberlain, Solanke on a free transfer. They had I don't even know. They had Daniel Sturridge as well that season they got. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forwards you could say they signed in 17-18. After that, there is Shaqiri, 18-19.
Jota.
Is Awoniyi a striker or a forward, or was he a defender?
Who? Jota?
I wouldn't know. What's it? Taiwo
Awoniyi.
No,
He's number 9, by the way.
When they signed Awoniyi, he was a super.
Is he the Forest number?
Very young.
Yeah.
He was
I'm just giving you because out of all of these signings, look, Awoniyi, so that's another 2. Then the year after that, Minamino in 1920. CR 2021. Don't know the rest.
But again, again, Chinks makes
Let him land, man.
He's like, I'm enjoying this. Keep going.
Keep going. Go, Faze. Keep
And
going,
then
Faze.
after 2023, they bought. Wait, where was what's his
They
name?
got Diaz after.
Diaz. I forgot about Diaz.
Yeah, there's Diaz in 21-22.
And then they had Elliot, who now comes of age.
Elliot from the 23. Then there's Gakpo 22-23 and Nunes. And I don't think they've bought a forward this transfer window. So that's about a good. So think about that. That's 8-9 signings they've bought just to find. They're not all shit, but Salah is the epitome. So you see on average how much signings you have to make for that one.
And even if I know I don't want to make it about Spurs, but even Diaz,
No, of course we don't.
even Diaz, they stole him. They stole him from Spurs, and they went 6 months earlier than they wanted to. So you've got
you see you got sneaking in, and then someone.
Listen, relevancy is earned. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that it goes to show that our Liverpool place a heavy, and I guess it must be the data. The data is basically saying attackers are more difficult to find and resonate with than defenders. There's defenders fucking everywhere. To get Needle, and notice that Liverpool were in negotiations with Gordon.
You don't like it.
Well, Liverpool was speaking to it. Liverpool, even with all the attackers they had, when there was an opportunity to get Gordon, they still were like, let's explore this. We don't have enough. You can never have enough.
No, that's true, Jay. That's true. That's true. Leaving yourself. But everything is a gamble. Every single team has more, let's say their forward line has more depth, or their midfield, or their defense. And there's always one weakness. Man City's weakness this season was exposed because they did not have any
Stefan, what they're saying is that this is by design. This is Liverpool. This is Liverpool by design.
But it's by design, but it's also you're gambling because
and it's paying off.
Because
that's what they're saying. It's paying off. This is their gamble.
It's paying off this season, but it could
literally for the last 8-9 seasons, it's been paying off.
I would disagree because the last two seasons they went to challenge.
This is where you gotta be careful, bro. Like you gotta be. If it's not paying off for Liverpool, then who the hell is it paying off for in the Premier League? It's not paying off for Liverpool. It's not paying off for anybody else. Nobody else apart from Man City is paying off for. It's not paying off for Liverpool.
Fuck's sake, this guy. In terms of every single time when you do squad building, the gamble.
You're gonna start talking about things that are not relevant to the point that we're making right now.
Yeah,
I want to keep you on track, Stefan. What we're saying is, you said that Liverpool it hadn't worked. I'm saying that Liverpool are the only team apart from Man City to win the title in the last 5 years. So if it's not working for Liverpool, who also won the Champions League in that period,
and
who the fuck is it working for?
Because that's what my point is. Think about what I'm trying to say. I want Arteta to gamble more.
That's what
Do you
he's.
get
That's what
I mean?
he's saying.
Kind of my point is, because remember Ash was asking, are we
You
happy
guys
with
are
our
gambling.
attack?
What Ash? I think exactly what FaZe is saying.
Yeah.
You guys are gambling in the wrong area. You're going
In defense,
defensive
yeah,
gambles.
we're gambling in defense and midfield now because we're supposedly signing.
No. He's saying forget defense and midfield. Like maybe we're gambling in the attacking area.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I completely agree to. We need to sign at least one forward this January. But will we? I don't think so.
Let's talk about Cunha then, because
right.
I mean, whoa.
Why is the Forest fan smiling? Stop that! Stop! Ban this guy from the show. Man's like Cunha. What have we done to make the life of Barclays? What have we done?
I mean, like, there's a few teams in for him, and I don't know who does he fit the best. Who needs him the most?
Newcastle.
Wolves.
Wolves. That is the best answer for real. Wolves need them the most.
Who said Wolves? Accurate.
We've actually had
Wolves
the
need
discussion.
Cunha more than any other team.
We've actually had the discussion. Would he get in our side? You know, that's
Fuck it. Right, Jay, get him! Like, get him, Jay!
I told you, you guys thought I was just hating. I know when someone's gonna turn into a gobshite. I've been on for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, you think game doesn't recognize game? I see what this man is becoming.
You know,
But I want to go on, and
next is gonna be Haaland. Van Dijk. I don't know if Van Dijk will get into our
right. So Cunha, how would you? Cunha's a very difficult player to categorise. Is he a forward midfielder? Is he an attacker? Does he go on the wing? Where does he go?
All of those things.
All of those things.
Yeah.
So who's he going to replace at Nottingham Forest? MGW?
You know, like CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
Elliot
Like,
Anderson,
this
not
is not a
likely.
story.
Elanga.
Ilanga. Yeah, but would you restrict Cunha? Would you buy him as a right winger?
So I don't think he's going to be a right winger. I think he'll be a right wing forward.
What? Is man saying don't buy Cunha because we might hinder Elanga?
No. Quite the opposite. What I'm saying is, would you want to restrict Cunha to being just a right winger?
Elanga can get splinters in his bum if he needs to. Like, come on, man.
I think
not a problem. You could drop Elanga, no problem.
And I think
what I'm saying is, would you restrict Cunha to just being a right winger?
I don't think it's going to restrict. I think it goes to Jay's earlier point, and around Forest aren't always going to be a counter-attacking team. I think when you put Cunha in, he'll be someone from central going in right rather than right going in central, if that makes sense. So almost like a Kulu's role in Tottenham, Ash. If the best of Kulu you get is when he's central and he has the choice of going right rather than being forced out right and then kind of working into the central areas. And I think that's what you're going to get. I think it would be it's a very, very good move.
Oh, I'd love him, mate. That's
how we would use him. So we'd have Gordon, Isak, and Cunha. Like we need that right wing forward position, but he won't be. He could be a touchline winger when he wants to be. But really, we need someone centrally to go into the pockets and unlock defenses. Incredible.
My issue with Cunha a little bit is everywhere. What would you guys say Cunha's best?
A better version of Maddison. He's a better version of Maddison.
Okay,
more athletic version.
Yeah, I'm a better version
left
of
wing.
Madison.
Left wing.
So
10/left 8.
Okay, so
left wing. I would play him left wing. For me, that's his best position.
So my thing is go with trepidation on this, because when you play as a side that's a transition side, I think that's why Cunha has got the quality to play make, but he would fit a Forest. I actually think he would fit your team. My problem with Acuna for a Forest is sometimes like it's almost like when you get a specialist in one position, he's a good player in multiple positions. But I'm almost like at Forest's point now, I still think they should be at specialists in certain positions, raising the floor for good return on investment.
Specialist?
Currently.
Is he a specialist?
I don't know what Cunha's best position is.
How do they not raise?
That's the opposite of a specialist, though.
No, I'm saying he's not. I'm saying Cunha is a player that can play in multiple positions.
Yes,
to a high level.
That's amazing.
I'm saying where Forest are at the moment, they should be spending 40 million or less on specific specialists in certain positions.
But Jay, they have. If let's say Cunha says yes to moving to Forest, you're potentially signing one of the best performing players this season in the Prem. That's an amazing signing.
I'm saying he doesn't. For me, okay, you've got Gibbs White in the 10.
They have so much depth,
and you've got Hudson Odoi on the left. Now Cunha's going to come into this team,
exactly.
And I'm saying that for 60 million, they could do better business. To improve the team.
He does speak the same language as the manager and half our players. Half our team's Brazilian, so he fit in all right.
No, but wait. For 60, let's look at some of the most recent transfer fees for players that
Jolinton,
have really have greatly under like for 60 million for you to sign a player that not only. For me, his versatility is a big positive. He can play as an 8, he can play as a 10 even, he can play as a left wing. He can do so many positions and do them at a good level.
Yeah, but
currently one of the best players in the Premier League. He has a very clean injury record, which people always forget to actually check. That's
great engine as well.
Everything you're describing, Stefan, is why Cunha would be a good signing for Arsenal, not for Nottingham Forest. That's what I'm trying to explain. Forest could do that money by buying specialists like 30-40 million in each position. Arsenal are the ones who need someone for 60 million.
If Arsenal lose in the bidding war to Forest, you guys got serious problems.
I wouldn't pay what supposedly Wolves want, which is 80 million.
You see, that's a problem. That's a problem. You didn't want to pay 70 million for Isak, and look where that's landed you. You go and make the same mistake with Cunha.
I personally
65 million for Havertz, didn't they? They were happy about that.
Exactly, 300k a week. They were real happy about that. Look where that's landed you.
Havertz has been good. Like, what are you guys on? He hasn't been the money that we've spent in the wages, but he's been good this year.
Is that the general consensus? Havertz
His face.
What we're doing? Are we being this shameless?
He's had that shit.
No, Havertz isn't shit.
Havertz has scored 14 goals this year.
He's not.
Exactly.
I think what Havertz is. It's not rubbish. He's a very expensive, very expensive floor raiser. That for Arsenal, and you need a needle mover. And the fact that you're active.
But that's why. But Toon, we need a needle mover.
Kuna is a needle mover.
Yes.
You call it Kuna needle mover.
Wait, but
Kuna a needle mover for Arsenal.
For Arsenal,
no,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Know.
Is he better than Jesus?
Arsenal,
to me, Cunha's in that Trossard to Jota gradient. Yeah, and you buy those players when the deal makes sense financially. You don't overpay for those players. That's the way I see.
No, but we're hearing 60 million. We don't know how that. It's probably got a lot of add-ons on it. It's probably 40 million with 20 million add-ons.
But wait,
I would 40 million on him themselves.
That's why you got the 20 million add-ons.
I would love Cunha too. I would love Cunha. I really would. I just want us to sign any sort of forward. I would love Cunha and Buemo.
He doesn't mean it, does he?
No, he doesn't mean it, bro. Do not propose to your lady like that, Stefan. Don't do it.
Can I just let you guys know that 4 years ago we bought a striker called Sam Surridge for 2 million, and we were going crazy. 2 million. We've moved up a bit.
No, it's not about the money for me. It's with Arsenal, with Arteta specifically, with the forwards. He has his targets, and he's always been about quality over quantity. He won't sign a player for the sake of signing.
Man, I can't.
And I think
mad.
Currently in this window, if we follow that policy, that's wrong. We need to sign another forward. I agree with you.
Okay.
But
I was worried.
In my opinion, we need a number 9 more this window than we do.
But that's why you're talking to Sesko. You're just talking to one.
If you could get Nunes, would you take him?
Like you're going somewhere else.
Darwin Nunes.
Yeah. Look, you're talking,
right now. Preach. I would take.
You guys are talking. You guys are talking to Sesko. You're talking to Sesko. You're talking to Cunha. Sticking on Cunha, like in terms. Yeah, they're talking to Sesko as well, so they can get Sesko and Cunha.
Personally, Toon, with over the years with the transfers and the way Arsenal, I think the Cunha stuff is bullshit. I think his agent is using that.
Yeah,
I think we're only trying for Sesko. I think we're going all in for Sesko.
So who's in for Cunha then? Who's really?
In my opinion,
it's definitely Forest. It has to be Forest.
The teams that are in for Cunha is going to be Forest mainly, and I think automatically because Chelsea have no transfer policy, they just follow
Chelsea.
anybody. All the teams around them. Which I
heard whispers Newcastle are interested. I'm begging that we are. I'm so begging that we are.
Yeah, I mean, he would totally fit your side, Newcastle. He would fit your style. So I wouldn't be
Can you not
surprised.
see it happening in January?
Well, Cunha?
Yeah, for me, he's gonna. If you guys watched Chelsea Wolves, if you saw the way he acted in that game, Cunha, which didn't impress me.
Yeah, it's bad.
He looked like a guy that was pretty. He wanted.
Bro,
he
if
kept
you were
moaning at his teammates.
If you're playing for Wolves, these guys were having fights with teams like at the end of like.
I get it. I get it too. But throwing tantrums at your teammates and storming off the field, he looks like he's been unsettled. He wants to go.
Hey, didn't them man punch up the coach or something?
Yeah.
No, that was Lemina. That was Lemina.
Oh, it was Lemina. Yeah, Lemina. Yeah, he was a good player as well.
Didn't Cunha grab someone's glasses and that? Was that Cunha?
Yeah, he did. That's why he got banned. Yeah, he didn't play against us because he were banned.
Arsenal don't like bad boys, isn't it? They don't like bad boys. For me, Cunha, Joelinton, Gomez.
No, it would be.
Cunha, it's bound to turn your head if you don't price after you. You know, it's bound to.
No, wait. It would be Cunha. Guimaraes and Joelinton will be the ultimate. I mean, that'll be
thugged out, baby.
The Saudi rugby team is gonna go through the roof. It will be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, crazy. So, right, no Arsenal. We're all saying Forest that he's the best suited for that team. Is that what we're saying?
No. For me, Cunha would be good for would be good for Liverpool, for Arsenal. I just don't think Arsenal are. It doesn't smell to me as something Arsenal would be.
See,
I think
my thing is just like, and I'm gonna reiterate this, like these players, right? Cunha I like Cunha. I think he's a good player. He wouldn't have played for Atletico Madrid. Wolves wouldn't have bought him for over 40 million if he wasn't. My issue is that with these kind of players, like Trossard before Arsenal bought him, if I turned around and said to you, Arsenal, you need to spend 42 million pounds on Trossard, Arsenal fans would be like, no.
Cunha's better. Cunha's better though, Jay. Come on.
This is my point. When Trossard was coming to Arsenal, his form that season when you bought him was equal.
No,
he was playing as well as Cunha is.
Jay, come on. Trossard was really good, but Cunha currently is one of the best players in the Premier League.
What do you mean, bro? He's the talisman for a team in the relegation zone. Let's not take the piss.
Exactly. So the fact that he has those stats is even more impressive.
What stats? Hold on, let me look at Cunha's stats. What are his stats? Sorry.
His stats are really good.
He's done well, but I agree with Stefan. Judging a player playing in a team like that is really difficult because everything tends to go through the best player, which is Cunha. So you can sometimes get a false impression.
And the opposite of that, though, there's a responsibility as being the man for a team, though, as well. And him carrying that. There's also because I think we've accused players in our clubs, I'm sure, like Arsenal for Erdegaard at times, ourselves, like everybody's accused players in their team, for instance, shirking responsibility and hiding in games. And if we can say someone's the man, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's like
I'm just saying it's sometimes difficult to judge them because players play differently, whether they're playing for a poor side like Wolves or a good side like Newcastle, Arsenal, Forest, whatever.
That's true.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
I'd
rather take a player from that's been playing with a top club because you know he can perform with a top club.
He might then look at our clubs, for instance, in a way where I've been up here once. What am I doing here? And type of thing. He might look down at that as well.
I mean, it's been reported that Cunha's already said, "No, I want one of the top. I'm waiting for one of the top clubs." So we accept that. We'll just have a wait. And
if Forest said that.
No, Cunha said previously that he only wants to play for a top club, and he means by that, Liverpool, Arsenal, And if that's his attitude, fuck him. I don't care.
Yeah, all right.
No. But if you're willing to pay a record fee though, if Forest are willing to go to 60 million, which will be their biggest ever transfer fee for a player,
yeah.
Automatically he's gonna be one of, if not the highest paid player on
Yeah.
you. So whether he wants it or not, you're gonna have to pay him that money because his agent is gonna say he's your most expensive player. So naturally, he's gonna be the highest paid.
Well, in summer, we went after Santiago Jimenez, yeah?
Yeah, I remember that.
And he turned us down because he didn't want to risk being in a relegation battle.
Yeah. Well,
now, if we go for him again, he might have a different opinion now. Who knows?
I mean, Ant, you could look at it like that. Dominic Solanke left Bournemouth, and now he's 13 points behind them. So he took a step back. What can you do?
I was going to ask you about Amarim's comments. I don't know if you guys wanted to discuss that. Because obviously...
Which one?
He's right. He's absolutely right. Man, you were shit. That's it.
Amarim, Mr. TV Snatcher. Mr.
Do you think he should come out and publicly say that? And say this is the worst?
Absolutely
But
not.
hold on. How do we understand the context of what he said? Because my understanding, I only saw like 30, 35 seconds of it. But the way it appeared to me was he was almost being, what's the word when you're kind of what's the word when you're kind of taking the mick out of yourself almost? So like
like a throwaway comment.
Yeah, but no, like when you're being
deprecating.
That's it. So he was kind of being self-deprecating, talking like he's also talking about himself, like I've been a bad manager. This is the worst team in the league. So he wasn't necessarily like throwing them under the bus.
Okay.
He was doing.
He wasn't doing a Gary O'Neill type of thing when got Gary O'Neill sacked. Like he was talking bad about his team.
Because you can't do that, can you? Because you've got to work with those players. You've got to go in the next day and work with those players. That
but he was. Guys, you're wrong. He really was. He threw them under the bus. And I don't know if you watched today's press conference. He did a joining with Harry Maguire, and he basically said when they asked him, "So are you saying that you're nervous before games? Like your team is nervous because of their coach?" And Amarim basically said, I'm not nervous. I'm frustrated, but my players, yes, when I watch them, they are nervous. So he is calling out his team, which he should. But if you look at history, especially with this current generation of people, that
it could go.
Never works.
He could go at the end of the season. I mean,
they paid too much money.
They don't care. You know, and he could go.
I disagree. They've paid so much money to get him. They paid 15 million to get rid of Eric Ten Hag.
They got rid of that.
85 million for Anthony. Do you think you trust them with money?
And the reason they're forced to sell one of their most promising young players in
I get that. Garnacho.
Garnacho, because they have literally no money to spend. They're completely skinned.
I'd say I disagree with what both you just said. Yeah, it's like Stefan was saying about Arteta answering the football. He was just being honest, innit?
Who was talking about Arteta now?
Let him
listen. Let me land. Yeah, it was just being honest, innit? Like he said, like I get it. We've got the worst Manchester United team ever, innit? How do you think I feel about it? Like he was saying, if you think that, imagine how I feel when I'm the manager. Like he was going on that angle.
But you're wrong.
Wait, hold on. So I feel like he was just being honest. And then just to say what I disagree with Ant is that he's safe. Hence why he's even being so honest.
Yeah,
I've already said this.
Can't carry on like this though, can he? What is it? 11.
Listen, I already said this. Yeah, on the show. When Liverpool went for him, we didn't go for him because he's going to rearrange the whole setup. Yeah, and Liverpool couldn't afford that. Man United are in a position where they can afford this rearrangement.
They've got no money.
No, they've got no money. They can't sack him, guys. They literally cannot sack him.
But by the same token,
they
can replace that squad. The whole squad stinks. The whole squad.
Listen. I get it. Like they're in a bad place, yeah. But it's also Man United as well. So they've got money, yeah. They can wheel and deal.
They've got debt,
they can wheel and deal, bruv. They can wheel and deal. Like let's be honest.
Preach. They're gonna give away Anthony to Raul Betis and pay almost all of his wages. They're literally giving players away to get rid of.
So what do you think? Are you saying they're doing
80 million?
They have to pay £100 million a season to service that debt.
what I'm saying, do you think they're doing that knowing that
terrible.
it's just going to make them bankrupt? Do you think
No,
they would
I'm
make
not-
that
no.
move thinking that
They're not
we're not going
right.
to have no?
No,
Come on,
I'm
man.
not.
There's
They're
a
not
maneuver
bothered
to
about
it.
football. They don't care about football. They don't care about it.
No,
They
they
care
do
about
now.
money.
No,
As long as they can take their dividends every year, that's all they're bothered about.
and you're wrong. The new owner that they have, Radcliffe,
They're
does
not
care
owners.
about
They're not.
football.
I'm
He
sorry, but
does.
they're not new owners. They've got
No,
25%.
I mean, they've been moved out of the football management aspect of it. But if you
Yeah.
read about Radcliffe and his ownerships of Nice, of his ownerships of the cycling
Disastrous.
and
Yeah.
sailing teams, he does care. He does spend. He's just an awful sports management guy. Every single
Okay.
team that he has taken over, Nice, apart
Yeah,
from
I know.
PSG, one of the biggest spenders in the transfer windows over the last 6-7 years since he has taken over. They've been horrendous. Every single team has dropped because of his mismanagement of funds, not his lack of ambition or the fact that he does care. He doesn't hire the right people and he doesn't spend it in the right way. And you could see what he's doing at Man United now, which is, okay, I'm going to consolidate his position by selling one of the most promising young players. Don't be surprised if they fuck up and they finish below mid-table. I wouldn't be surprised if not only do they sell Garnacho in the summer, but they sell also Kobe Mainoo.
They're selling Garnacho now.
Yeah, I mean,
So why are we
Garnacho now that they
disagreeing?
sell
So in
Mainoo.
what way are we disagreeing?
You're not. You just
Is that-
Stefan's just going a long-winded way to get to the same point.
Yeah, that's true.
What I want to know is, all right, cool. Besides all the whole club issue, I want to know, is Amorim the coach that can move Manchester United forward?
Depends what you mean by forward. If the forward is to
Better
give
than 12.
give them a defined style of play, he'll give them a defined style of play. Whether it's winning games type of play
This is what I'm
is
talking
another.
about. I'm talking about him versus.
Is it not the same situation with Ange? He won't adopt any other. He's got his style and that's it. And if
Ange-
that's what Man United. That's what Man
This
United
is-
want.
Get
this
the
is a-
backing of the
this
board
is
to
a
be able
good-
to bring
this-
in the players that he needs. That style of play.
Yeah, but this is a good argument.
Yeah,
I sometimes think to
yeah.
myself, like, I don't like to say it out loud because I know people will use it against me. But sometimes when you look at like a company at Burnley and he gets relegated, or you look at a Russell Martin, and then you look at, you can say an Ange, or you can even say an Arteta at Arsenal. There comes a line where you sometimes have to be more pragmatic, or you need to adjust and change things. And sometimes you've got the own individual manager's brand versus what's best for the club. And I sometimes think that managers will double down on their own individual brand because in the long term, it kind of works for them. I thought there were similarities between Conte's 3-4-3 and Amorim's 3-4-3. I know there's different ways that they build up, but you've got like a Simone Inzaghi 3-4-3, 3-5-2. It's different. It's a little bit more progressive. There's a little bit more, progression and, I guess, assertion in that. So for me, if you look at Amorim, it's a lot like looking at, okay, he's a good coach, very good coach, but the Premier League is full of very good coaches, some very, very good sporting directors, some very, very ambitious owners, it's just a very competitive league. And it just depends how long he's got. Because if I'm a United fan and I'm looking at them selling Garnacho and stuff, and they're saying, okay, the manager's vision, the manager's not really done amazing since he's been here. It's difficult to kind of double down and triple down on a new manager, which is what United kind of need to do when the results haven't started well. He's doing worse than Ten Hag was. Do you know what I mean? And for me, I don't buy the whole, just sell the players, because it's almost like, if the players were not capable of doing any better than this, why didn't you keep Ten Hag? Because the whole point of sacking a manager is that you believe that another manager can improve that. You don't need signings to improve. I can just improve what you've got. Do you see what I mean? And
It's not happening though, is it? It's not happening though, is it?
No, but wait,
That's
but
my
guys,
point. The thing is,
you also have to take into account the mismanagement from the Man United board.
but which one is it, bro? Ineos have only been in charge for 18. Don't talk about Glazers right now. Let's talk about Ineos. And they've only been in charge for 18 months. Yeah?
Yes, and
they chased Dan Ashworth. They chased Dan Ashworth for 6 months to give him a job to sack
and they
him
fired
over
him.
So
He
how?
gave Ten Hag a new contract.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
Okay, but why did they give him?
Hold on, but Stefan, you're talking out both sides of your face right now. You just said Ineos do X and Y good. Ineos are decent. Ineos and this, and
No,
I'm just telling you.
I said the opposite. I said the
Bro,
opposite.
you just said that they're good at running the club. Like it's just like
No,
little.
I didn't. I said the opposite.
No, I swear you were just saying like Ineos, like Jim Radcliffe, they can do this.
I said they always spend big money and are ambitious, but they're poor managers.
Okay. So I'm saying within that context of saying that they're ambitious, I'm saying that they're making bad decisions, right? They are the board that you speak of, right? So when you're talking about the board letting United
Radcliffe.
talk about Radcliffe and Ineos, not the Glaziers.
No, I'm not talking about. Forget the Glazers. I'm talking about
the Glazers sign off on the money, though. The Glazers sign off on the money, no matter what. I
don't know how it works, but one thing I know is they said in the summer everybody knew they wanted to sack Ten Hag. They waited a month. They didn't release any sort of media statements backing him, and because of the FA Cup, they became afraid from the PR. But they wanted Amorim in the summer. But if you read the so-called Man United. The so-called Man United sources said that they wanted him in the summer. They contacted him.
They didn't even interview him.
But their scouting.
I'm saying the managers they interviewed like De Zerbi, Tuchel.
No, but they wanted. Okay, they wanted Amorim, but their main reason as to why they didn't hire Amorim then, when Ten Hag was far cheaper to release from his contract, was because they felt that the current players and setup that they had in the Man United team was too different from Amorim's style and Amorim's type of player profile.
They were right the first time.
And then
exactly.
And then the ultimate sign of mismanagement is you go back on that decision 3 months later, spend far more money in compensation.
So you're criticizing Jim Radcliffe heavily
completely because he put Amorim.
So basically, you're saying so Ineos and Jim Radcliffe, they're the reason United are in this situation.
In my opinion, yes, because Man United, if they had I'm not saying they would be title challenging now or in the top 4 or whatever, but if at least Amorim was signed immediately in the summer and had a full preseason so he can install his tactics and different way of playing, which is completely different from the way Ten Hag played, and maybe sign a few players in the summer that they would have had the financial capability to do instead of giving Ten Hag another 150 to 200 million to spend on shit like Joshua Zirkzee, for example, like he would have done far better. So I do blame Amorim for agreeing to come, but I still think the main reason for the
Speaking
problem.
of the devil,
Steph, can I say something else as well?
Yeah.
Right. So they decided to get rid of Ten Hag. They didn't want to bring an interim in, so they wanted to go for Amorim. They said to Amorim, "You come now or never." Okay, because he wanted to stay to the end of the season to finish his time off with Sporting and win the Championship, blah blah blah. So he said, "Okay, I'll come." And then in January, when they brought in this manager that has a totally different style of play to the previous manager that requires a total rebuild and different kind of players, what did they say to him? Oh no, you can't have any players. So why did they force him to take over now when it would have been much better for Manchester United had Amorim take over in the summer when you've got more time, you can bed players in, you can bring players in, you got pre-season, you can get your ideas across. Exactly. Why the fuck, if Jim Radcliffe is this genius, why did he think, I'm going to force him to come in now and give him no players?
No, but that's my whole point.
They're useless.
Yeah, no, if you look at their management of Nice, they took a championship cycling team and literally cratered it in the space of a year and a half. They went from the best cycling team that there was to fucking just mediocre. Their sailing team also went down. The Athletic, I think, or the Daily Mail did a whole piece on his management of previous teams before Man United, and they had a graph of previous seasons with those teams, how they fared after Ineos took over. Every single team declined. But the amount of money and ambition that they had was there.
I swear, Stefan, it's quite difficult to pin you on what you're quite, because it's like your tone is like praising them, But the words you're using
Oh
is
my
No,
God.
being
he's saying,
quite
he's
critical.
saying they spend money, but they spend it shit.
They're
Yeah,
shit.
that's what
They're
I'm
shit.
like,
Boys,
okay.
They're shit. They're shit managers of sports teams.
Oh, Kaz, you're right.
Yo, what's going on, mate?
It's another one tonight for you, mate.
Oh yeah, no, I thought he was just another Wolfie. I just I was getting a little bit.
He's had a lot of fun
worried.
tonight. He's had a lot of fun. Do you know what I mean? Break glass in case.
What?
of, 1979,
So
yeah?
I'm hearing Stefan the White Gal talking shit.
Wow.
So he owns what club again? What in France does he own again?
Nice. They own Nice.
Nice. Previous seasons needed a little bit more than what they needed. When did he take over? What, 1920? 20? No, 20.
Kaz, you're not going to try and defend Ineos, are you?
2020.
Yeah. So when he took over, they finished 9th in their first season. Then they come 5th, and then they finished 9th. And then guess what? They finished 5th and 5th again. Normal standard. You can't even put money into French football. Does anyone know that? This is why Paris, PSG, Qatar owners went out, because they can't even build a stadium. There's no money in it.
Okay, well.
So what is it? Talk about their positions. I dare you to talk about their positions, because last time I can see right here, 1, 2, 3 times in their history, in the last since 2001, they finished above 5th.
Okay, but still, they have greatly, for the amount of money that he has spent at Nice, they have greatly underachieved perform. Nice fans hate.
What about F1?
Ineos. They hate Ineos. They have protested numerous times against him. So if you're saying that they've been successful in Nice, okay.
I wouldn't call Nice a success. I'd call it a steadying the ship and a learning curve.
Okay.
Like most people when they come into new sports, I would say that F1, he's not exactly crap. He's competing with Red Bull.
Okay, cycling and sailing. Have you?
I looked into that, but you can't be successful in all ventures. But when you also pinpoint ventures that are not so great, how about pinpoint the ones that are doing actually quite good as well?
Yeah, but Kaz, you need it. So hold on, Stefan. Hold on, Stefan. But and Kaz really balanced on this. But and your point on you can't be successful in every venture. You, as a Man United fan, need him to be successful at Man United.
Yeah, we do. Unfortunately, I think there's good and there's bad. But the thing is, people focus on the bad. Like, oh, we got rid of some charity. Okay, but they got 2 charity games coming out. It's going to do more money. But that doesn't get highlighted, does it? It's going to sell out way more than what 40 grand a year is going to give, anyways. But that doesn't get highlighted. There's so much rubbish surrounding United. I don't think
you're a true company man now. You're a true company
Jay,
man.
Jay, you know what, Jay? I learned from you, to be fair.
I hear it, bro. I hear it. I mean, I give him at least 5 to 10 years before I started bitching. To be fair, you know what I mean? Like, it takes a while.
For me, I'd like to say, because there's so much. I think there's more to sort United since it's been milked dry by the worst owners in history. By the way, there's so much going on behind the scenes.
Hold on. Are Ineos actually better owners than Glaciers?
I think they're worse.
You know what?
I don't really think they're better, Kaz. Can we say they're better at this moment?
Well, yeah, because guess what? Even Jim has to put in some sort of money, whereas they haven't put in a penny.
Is he though? Is he though, Kaz? Is he though? Because what I'm reading is that the new stadium that you want to build is going to be built with taxpayer money.
And guess what? Whatever he works out, I call it a genius idea.
I live in
Ineos to get the Glazers in. They're brilliant.
Yeah, but there's also the Glazers got 2 years to pack up and leave after he gives them the money.
But wait, Kaz, you said the Glazers are terrible owners. They took over in 2005, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
How many league titles? You won a Champions League. You won numerous league titles under the Glazer ownership.
That's. I imagine. I guess what we were still.
Hey, just remember. Hey, remember that. You know when we talk about Edwards and Klopp.
By the way, that team was already sick. You had all the 92 lot, great. You had Ronaldo already in the team. You already had Rooney in the team. You had majority of your team. If we really want to get into the nitty gritty of things, and you had Ferguson. If you want to get, we were still
not
protesting
anymore.
For 05, 06. Yeah, well, are you another one of them glory hunters that are born in the 70s?
No. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Anyways, well, you're another one that not from Forest, but support Forest because you won 2 Champions Leagues or something. Anyways,
I was there. I was actually at the game, mate.
Yeah, glory hunter, man. Just like Wolfie. But I was saying, like, the thing is, I think what people need to understand, Ferguson kept
Sorry,
everything together.
Frank,
Yeah,
Frank, calling
he
somebody
papered
Dorian,
over a lot of the
Jesus.
cracks. We were the first team to, before anyone, to do the multi-club ownership. We had a stake in Sporting. They got rid of that. Women's football team as well, that was up and coming, got rid of that. You know, after every so much, they got rid of so much so they can get their dividends no matter what.
Okay,
you sell the best player in world football, and who do you give me? Antonio Valencia, and this is basically not just Glazers, by the way. This goes
Maggie.
to David Gill, the people that think is an absolute genius, pants mate. Yeah, David Gill got us Antonio Valencia, Michael Owen, and if I'm correct, there's another one. Was it Gabriel Obertan potentially? It was disgusting. It was horrendous.
But you won the league, Cass, with those players.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because we already had those players, and whatever happened, even Tevez was a dodgy deal. Bro, we won because of Ferguson, not because it's under Glazership ownership, because they were doing amazing things.
I'm not saying they were doing amazing things, but if you look at the amount of spending that they did from 2005 until Ineos took over,
yeah, but
you guys were in the top two. They have spent money.
We spent money on crap and there was no direction.
Okay,
but your direction. Let me finish, White Gal. Anyways,
White Gal.
The whole what I'm trying to get across here. When you come to direction of clubs, it don't matter what money you spend. It all comes from the top downwards. They decided to put their mates in charge. They decided to put Ed Woodward bankers in charge, thinking they milked it to the point now we need a new stadium. We need new facilities. We need new everything. Jim Ratcliffe has just he's already put the funding in for the new facilities. No one wants to highlight that too, do they? No? Okay then. So, look, everything surrounded Man United, as long as negative, it gets clicks. But anything positive, there's nothing. So, at least for my whole point, I'll just end it anyways, because it's boring. Just let it land, man. Like, wait. People want fast food every single time. It's like, what you expect fairy dust to happen straight away. It won't work like that. I think if there's no one ever been in business before or know about business, some things take longer than others.
So, Cass, do you think with the way Ineos are currently managing the team and stuff, and just how long do you think will it take for Man United to get back to, let's say, challenge for the league?
I'll go off what Omar Barada says, our CEO. He says by 2028. So again, we will wait till 2028. Right now, I can say I'm not happy, but see, when people say they're ready to be hurt, they're ready for the bad times, they're really not ready for the hurt. They're really not ready for the bad times. They don't know how to suffer. They don't know how to manage it. Because guess what? They'd rather us go back to low block football, counter-attack, and wonder if we finish 8th, that's like a successful season. And then all of you guys can tell me, is that sustainable? Once again, whoop-de-doo. But Ineos have messed up, and I expect them to mess up. And he did heavily this season. This is on them, by the way. And I agree with that part. Because it was more Dan Ashworth and then Jim Ratcliffe trying to save face. But Jim Ratcliffe was definitely involved. He also got sold by Ten Hag, so he can stop talking shit.
But Cass, wasn't Dan Ashworth the main reason why you didn't hire Ruben Amorim in the summer?
Yeah, that's why he got sacked.
He didn't fit your style.
Because that's why he got sacked.
But he didn't. To be fair, I think it's the opposite way around, Kaz. I think Ashworth has been made a scapegoat. I'm not here to back him necessarily.
I agree with this.
I think him not wanting.
I think it was Barada. I think it was not more Ratcliffe. I think it was more Barada having an issue with him than anything. Him and Wilcox. Him and Wilcox didn't get along with Ashworth. Ashworth, you bring in your new manager, which was an Ashworth's signing, you could call it, and he dips off on holiday, mate.
No, but that's what's reported from the United Press. But the other reporting from the Daily Mail, from the Newcastle journalist, who probably, I mean, it's politics, who probably knows Dan Ashworth from he reported that specifically Dan Ashworth was completely against the signings of Lenny Yoro and Ugarte, because in order to get Lenny Yoro, Man United had to promise supposedly to Jorge Mendes that they would sign Ugarte also.
Yeah, and that's why
he was against that. And because of this friction,
maybe. I agree. I probably agree with that. That's why I say I don't believe the direction of one. This is why they didn't do their due diligence properly. It's Ratcliffe said so as well. We said he was more of a operations manager more than he is a director of football, right?
Who Ashworth?
Yeah.
So
So that was his. He said that's my bad. We didn't get the best in class.
Everybody knew this though, Cass. I knew this.
Viv will come in to help, and he done more for transfers while this guy's too busy trying to chase Brandthwaite.
No, but Kaz, like I knew this, but anyone who kind of looks into it doesn't take much to understand what Ashworth does, because even Ashworth has gone in front of the camera and explained to people what he does. He described himself as a spoke between the wheel, bringing different departments together. The whole reason why it didn't work out for him at Newcastle is because we wanted him to do the same thing, which is to like recruit, scout. He doesn't do that. He's always said, I don't do that. So for Ineos to hire him to be
Ratcliffe. I think it was a Brailsford thing. Brailsford, the guy, that's a guy I don't want in charge in any shape, way, or form, or in any decisions. He's
his main management guru.
Yeah,
he uses him for everything.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of him. He likes the whole Brexit stuff and whatnot, like in players. I'm not for that, but I do believe you should have a good English or British core in a team. If you are, I agree with that part, but it's just the wrong decision. Look, he doesn't have contacts the way other directors have contacts. You know, he sources them out for data. That's Dan Ashworth's way of doing things. But
that's why I understand what you're saying. I know that you're saying about Landon. And kind of enjoying and kind of doing the suffering. You want the suffering to mean something, though. You don't want to suffer and just continue suffering because of bad decisions. And I think what we're trying to work out is it a culture of bad decisions in Ineos, because they don't really have it in them to be successful in the first place.
I think it's expected. Like a big club like Man United that needs sorting out heavily, by the way. You've got transitional players, can't play the way you want to play, and whatnot. I didn't expect him to get it right. A bit like Bodie didn't get it right. He's had 4 years of a club, though, to be fair, of a sport franchise, and he should have learned from that. But the way you operate in French football is not going to be the way you operate in English.
Is Amorim the wrong manager then for this particular culture? And
I don't believe so. I think he talks very well. I think he showed that even the most simplistic of minds, no disrespect to whoever wants to take offense to that in the Man United fan base, that even your Garnachos and Hoylands are not up to scratch for a top side if you want to go win leagues. And to be fair, when you've got young players and you're heavily reliant on young players in general, you're going to get disasters. They're never going to learn, are they? Who are they going to learn off of? There's no. You can coach as much as you can coach, but they still need to learn off good players.
What's happening with Garnacho? Because I could swear blind that about a year ago I was being told by every Man United fan and his dog that he was the greatest player on the planet and he was going to be.
This is why I hate. I think he was a good impact player, but right now people think this is Football Manager. You think you can just go get a young player and think you can just train him into another position that he's never played and that doesn't suit them. He doesn't suit for the required system. So you are there for surplus requirements.
No, you're right.
I've seen Prime Ronaldo leave my club. I've seen Rooney retire. I've seen other players go. I'm not going to cry over a Garnacho.
Sure, but
with his toxic, and also what comes with him. See, people love to get onto Rashford so much. He's not really a problem. They kept calling him the league and everything. He's doing everything. He's done nothing wrong, yeah?
And he hasn't. He just doesn't train hard.
No, but we don't know that.
No, we do. He's had problems with every single coach before.
Yeah, but whatever coach there is, 4 or 5, does not mean he's a bad trainer.
What do you mean?
I don't know, because I don't know Rashford. I'm not there. But how about this? Garnacho's the sole brother, and his family and his whole circle was the reasons why United's been getting leaked for 2 to 3 years on a regular, and they couldn't find out until recently. Ineos come in, find out, stamp it out, and all of a sudden, Gold Bitch and his whole ring of little mustard, little pricks can't leak the teams no more because he was a part of it. Garnacho, maybe not directly, but his brother was. And how is his brother going to get the lineups without his brother? So get rid. So when people don't want to talk about toxicity, let's call it for what it is. When a white player, when a white player does it, it all goes into the wind. But when it's a black player or a person of color or anything, it gets highlighted like it's the worst thing in the world. Have you not noticed how the Garnacho trains all under the carpet all of a sudden? When you find out he's the leak, he's a problem. Get rid of him.
Okay, so Cass, I think
Rashford is
protected for years. He's been shit for most of his career, and he's still being protected by Man United.
But he needs to go. Like, no doubt about that, Rashford.
Okay,
right now, Rashford's not the issue. He's not even playing.
So Rashford having a shit body language, lying about going to party in Belfast, having literally problems with every single coach, that's not him being a diva and a prick. That's
I mean,
because
Jack
he's black.
Jack
It's
Grealish
because
does
he's
it on a
black.
regular, but guess what? It doesn't get highlighted as much, does it?
It did get highlighted because Sancho
It
was
barely
the
does.
same. Was the same as Rashford. Sancho was the same. He got hounded out by. He had issues at Dortmund in terms of his discipline.
Barely.
He got suspended for I think one game.
Yeah, and he's
because he was late.
young player who's about 5-6 years younger than Rashford, by the way, and yet he can't have a chance of being late a couple times. United, by the way, Casemiro came out and all that, said that he was a good trainer. All of a sudden, so what we meant to bleed the media over that. I know things about Sancho that I'm not even going to reveal online. By the way, I know exactly where he was and where he wasn't. But at the same time, he was never given a chance. He got hounded out by the club because of his wages. Ineos wanted him out because of his wages. They wanted a reset. That's the main thing.
Okay. But do you think they would have wanted him out if Sancho was actually performing and playing well, Cass?
Who knows?
No.
Who knows? Because everyone's been performing bad. That's how about that. Everyone, not up to standard. No one's up to standard.
But don't you think the partying and the tolerance level will be far higher? Like, for example, Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, 2-3 years ago, played really well for Man City and for Villa. But everybody knew Jack Grealish really likes to have a night out, party, have a good time. But everybody didn't give a shit then. It was funny back then because he was performing well. But when you're performing shit like Marcus Rashford, have terrible body language, you don't try on the pitch, and then on top of that, you lie.
So
you call him sick
I'm not even following the point anymore. Like, the club don't want him, and he don't want United. Like, what's the issue? Garnacho looks like he's going out the way. What's the issue? Like, I don't get the issue. So if Ineos are trying, so is anyone giving props that Ineos are trying to reset the culture? They got so much money off the books as well. They're trying to balance the books in any way they can because it's that arse. No one going to give praise for that now because our wage bill is a lot lower than probably some of yours right now. So on that notice as well, if you keep going, no praise, they're trying to reset a culture. You got a manager that comes in that's trying to reset the club in the harshest way possible and give the truths out. But when people say, "Oh, like we're ready for the truth," why is Ten Hag beating around the bush? Say it how it is. Why is it about him? But when Amrim doesn't ever single out a player and calls it a collective of ourselves, because that's what he does, and knows what's needed, people don't want to hear it no more because he's telling the truth. This is what I hate about British media. This is why I like American media when it comes to like NBA and stuff. They say it how it is. This man is just saying it how it is. If you lose the dressing room, I couldn't give a toss. I don't like 80, 95% of this squad. They're crap. They can go. A lot of them have got contracts leaving or they got 1 year left. I couldn't give a toss.
But Cass, if you go out in public in American media and say we have the shittest team in history, I guarantee you the owner is firing the coach.
Well, I feel like it's been misinterpreted. Obviously, he came out today and said what he needed to say. He even put his hands up. How about that? He owned it. And at the same time, I think Ineos and Jim Ratcliffe and this man, I think they just see eye to eye. They know what it is. They couldn't give a shit what he says because they know what needs to be done. Okay. It's that bad. I think it's that
guys. I'm gonna have to go. It's been fantastic and really enjoyed it, but I'm gonna have to get off because I've got to get me cocoa. Okay.
See you, man. Forrest, I will see you again.
I'll only start swearing and stuff.
Okay, all right. So 1979 and beyond.
When he said the
we're back. Cheers, guys.
Big up, Ant-Man. Nice to meet you.
Anyways, hi FaZe, hi Preach, hi Ash, hi Jay.
What was your thoughts on the Southampton game, though, as well, real quick? Because you were there, right?
Oh, yeah. I loved it.
I was like under pressure.
I'm not gonna lie. I knew he was gonna win regardless, but it didn't defeat the point. It just didn't defeat the point.
They put him work in that. Oh, that was a generational cooking for Euro, wasn't it?
If there was Premier League years, I would run that clip up again.
Generation. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw a player get cooked. And I know it's not going to stop Euro being a top player and blah, 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 but it's just... Actually, I don't know, because you remember, was it Jenkinson? Jenkinson and Jefferson Montero.
That was bad.
Paul Jenkinson, I remember that.
That was a generational cooking.
Ashley Young cooked him.
There was also another one. I remember 2-3 years ago, Martinelli against Trent. he absolutely destroyed him.
Oh, for God's
He
sake.
kept dribbling
Nobody
past him.
remembers that. Does anybody remember that?
No, it's
Yeah,
just
I'm pretty sure you remember
or
that.
no with
But you know what, it's
with-
just-
Preach's face is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, that shot was nasty.
I've seen loads of youngsters get cooked. I remember when
Yeah.
Vidic was young and he was at United. I remember his first, he got cooked.
Torres.
I remember
Every time.
it wasn't every single time, but majority of the time. And one of them was Demba Ba as well that absolutely fried him up. The other one as well was when Evra came as well, like same league by the way. He got
Evra when he first came,
everyone had
terrible for the first 3 months.
Six.
I also
all of it.
The other player that I remember when Gareth Bale first came into the league, he played a left back and got absolutely destroyed like his first few months. He was
I don't
terrible.
remember that. I remember him being very good, to be honest.
I just remember
him
him
being very good.
I just remember him
very
not
good.
being on winning teams. I don't remember him being particularly shit.
I can't lie, bro. It's difficult. I don't mind. He's 18. He's gonna get cooked, man. For me, that's a welcome to the Premier League, innit?
That was surprising about it was that the player that cooked him, Sulemana, has done the square root of fuck all in the league since he's been here. That's the first time I've ever seen.
He's cooked players, to be fair, but it's the same thing like St. Max, man. You're very good at cooking, but your end product is super shit.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean,
but yes, like when Sulemana played again, like every time he got the ball, he would.
I'm not even gonna lie. He just burnt him for speed or done the shot shimmy. I think Euro is gonna be a central centre back. His passing range is that good, and he's good with the ball. But I think the wide centre back.
Better learn quick. Indicative of some structural issues and a lack of, and Spurs have it as well, in-game intelligence. Like, so once you see your teammate getting cooked a couple of times, nobody on the pitch is going to make a real-time adjustment. Exactly. No one's going to go support. And that's what you get sometimes when you have a young team.
I'd say he didn't get much support either, man. Ahmad sometimes was leaving him for like on the 1v1 too much.
That's what happens when you get right wing back versus right wing.
But also, we had 120 minutes just against Arsenal, by the way, and we did take a lot of players off. They look leggy, but at the same time, I don't always look at it where it's singular. I just look at it sometimes where the midfield's not showing. It's not teaming, basically.
Do you want to know my only issue though with this overall cat? It's a similar issue I have with Spurs as well. It's that Southampton are like bottom. Like, do you know what I mean?
Know, man.
It's like they're like the worst team in the league.
But then again, when it comes to possession, they're one of the best.
Yeah, they're a decent team in terms of that. But what I'm saying is like just like we beat Southampton, but we didn't beat this Southampton.
I think tell you all about it. I mean, Arsenal can tell you about it as well. Like, it's just one of those. They're good on possession. They might catch you out, but in the end, you know you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because defensively they're a joke.
They're a joke, and I couldn't tell you. I mean, what? When I was in that, I couldn't believe how Anthony missed. Couldn't believe how Garnacho.
It's not only that. It's not only that, Cass. They were so stupid. You have the last 10 minutes, and you're trying to play out from the back. What the fuck are you doing?
Trust me. I know we was getting annoyed too. I know that. But I will say the top Reds, the old heads can see that Garnacho and Højlund, mate, you can't play. Højlund, you're asking, let's just go press high.
Can I ask a question though? Is there anyone on the panel that thinks Amorim is not that guy? Like, obviously, the record at the moment is not too great from what, if you compare it to the moment.
Hi. Because the only reason I'm saying it is because Ash, you have to remember we played Sporting.
Doorbell, bro.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying
he's a delivery driver or something.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Is that a bike?
Where the hell is Jay? He's on the screen.
Like, bro, is it just me, or does it look like you're going up through like a?
I'm using a retro lens to bring a bit of class to the channel.
Yeah, that was better, man. He's trying to do.
It looks like your camera's a bit broken.
I'm
going with retro lens.
I don't think they're feeling your background.
No, look, the people that are watching now are not going to think, oh, look, it's a fashion statement.
Hey, listen, you never know. If I make that connection to just one person, my camera served its purpose. You know what I mean? But like the thing with Amorim, and I think me and Kaz have spoke a lot about Amorim and giving managers time and stuff like that. My problem is, right, when I look at this, and I've said it before, when I look at this 3-4-3 team in the Premier League, because we had Conte and we played 3-4-3 all the time, and that 2-man in the middle always got overrun.
Always.
Every game got overrun. Now,
It was a bad day.
now Amorim's a little bit more nuanced, with the Diallo playing on the right wing, and then but the problem is that like when he solves a problem by positioning certain players in certain positions, it creates another problem somewhere else on the pitch
because they're shit.
So I don't know. It's like whack-a-mole. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if he's quick enough to keep whacking all these problems that keep popping up and that's how I feel about it. It's almost
that's a great analogy.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I was going to go with the bed cloth isn't long enough to cover your chest and your feet at the same time, but I went with whack-a-mole instead. Do you know
what it is? I just don't think we can judge him until he gets a select few amount of players in. For him to do what he needs to do.
Pre-season also. He needs a pre-season.
Wing backs, especially because that's your outlets, and maybe a midfielder or two or whatever. I want a new goalkeeper. I don't give a shit.
Already.
I'm done.
Jay, what do you mean already? The guy has literally cost him. You can count at least.
It's only been like 17 months.
Nah,
He's been sarcastic.
If we can't,
Wait, who's talking? I can't hear. Who's that?
Please.
No, I don't even know why I was pretending I cared. Continue.
What's happened to your mic? Have you got a different mic?
Yeah, but I haven't plugged my other mic in because.
That's the point, isn't it? Okay, I'm only gonna take your mic time anyway, bro.
Faye, I saw your clip earlier. You love violence. I must say, you love violence. Yeah, man.
Now, what were you going to say about Amorim? I felt like you were going to chime in.
I feel like you were going to drop some knowledge, CP.
Yeah, I thought he was going to drop some knowledge.
No, man, because you know what it is? I just like consistencies and parallels. You lot know, innit? So if we can't judge Amorim because he hasn't got his players in, I think my manager should get a bit more praise for winning an FA Cup with someone else's players instead of using him to beat it with him at every opportunity we get.
Good point.
He still might win an FA Cup, Amorim. So
and Europa League.
I think that's a fair point, but I guess the point there you could piggyback on that CP and say, hold on. So when we praise him for doing that and being adaptable, then who are we criticizing for not winning since then?
What, the guy in his first job?
No, I'm not saying no. He did amazing to win that first trophy, but past that first trophy, whose fault is it that we've not won another trophy thus far?
Whose fault? He took the club from being a banter club.
Am I the only one bugging? Yeah, am I the only one who's not so self-indulgent? Like the whole world revolves around me, and everything's about me. Yeah. So instead of internalizing it and making everything in the world that I'm responsible for, we can't just credit the team that did win.
Yeah, we can do absolutely.
They deserve to win, and that.
CP. You know what? I'm being unfair to you because I'm projecting because of Stefan's logic, and I'm projecting it onto you, even though you don't say those things. So I am sorry because I was about to start. I
was going to say it's the wrong one.
Okay, so why don't we respect Liverpool because they were able to win something? You never said that. Why am I getting? Sorry, bro. I don't know why. Let me go on mute. I don't know why I'm getting at you.
I've never.
I think for Amorim, in terms of the question around Amorim, I feel like it could be a case of right man, wrong time, almost mid-season for whatever reason. However he got here, I'm still not convinced that he was Ineos's number one choice. And
buy or something like that.
Yeah, there was an issue with Ten Hag, but I think there was an issue of Dan Ashworth that led to Amorim. I think he's got the minerals in himself. He's already shown to be a winner. I just feel like it's the right guy at the wrong place and the wrong time. It's what I'm beginning to feel at the moment. It's not to say that he can't turn things around or next year is going to be banging type of thing, but I'm just not convinced of the setup that Ineos are doing. I appreciate it's their first 6 months at the moment. There's something that's there where I'm like,
you say there's too many factors, too much is going on, too much background noise.
Yeah, I don't think Ineos are making it better. I just
Ineos
don't
are too brand new, and then obviously he's walking into a new system where they're not too sure what's going on. He's
walking into a system, into like 5 different systems in the past 10 years that's been at Man United, and then introducing his
It'll be
own.
unfair to kind of.
But then again, when he went Sporting, he had to rip up the squad.
He did. I just no, I totally.
And they got new, and I think they got new ownership, and also Sporting went through new ownership as well.
Okay, so you're saying that he's got the experience of doing that, like
exactly that. Sporting were in a bad place. The ownership, they were broke, and he had to work on what he needed to, and he built it the way he needed to build it.
Yeah. And look, we still could have time for it.
They weren't broadcast. They were just.
Sporting. Well, I think they were in mad debts before the new owners came in and
they
took
didn't have
over.
Man United.
Sporting were a decent team, yeah, but they weren't Benfica.
They've always been decent.
They were decent, but they didn't break the duct of Benfica and all this kind of.
Yeah, that's true. Which is.
And they did, and guess what? He took over.
Yeah, he did. No, that's true. But what I always look for in a manager, what always impresses me is how does he act in his first press conference? Does he have, because for me,
I love his press conferences.
I think he has the aura and the charisma to, because for me, in order to be a Man United manager, you need to have something. You need to have something about you. I don't think Erik ten Hag. I don't think he ever had it.
And
with Amorim, when he talks, I think he's. You can tell he has this confidence about him that when the players see it, especially big name players that play for Man United, they will respect that. Whilst with Erik ten Hag, he was more like a fucking head teacher. That's
the best way. That's the best way to say that.
Yeah.
Boring as shit.
Yeah. The men don't respect him. You get me? They don't respect him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really fussed. Like, I know, like I said, I say it all the time. Whether you finish 7th, 8th, 15th, 13th, I couldn't give a toss. It's the same position in it for me. There's no progression in that. But at least I can see something, and I can get behind the idea. Now it's up for the Ineos to execute that idea for him, and we'll go from there. If not, he's just gonna drown. So we're gonna go through more losses as he predicted, and we're gonna go through some more. Maybe games where you're not really expected to win, but we go and win, or get a result or something. You might even find this. How about this? Man United will probably end up winning an FA Cup or the Europa League this year, and I finished 10th. I've seen the idea, and I'm already in Europe again. Funny game, innit? Funny old game, isn't it?
You talk so tough. I love it.
No, but it's true because it's a funny old game.
I think we're gonna say that you finished 10th and that's it, But
I think it would. But I think at the same time, in the same breath, I think it might do Man United well just have one game a week for one season.
Yeah, that now you're talking, right?
But within me, my standards tell me this is still Man United, bro. I
hear it, but like you're in a different phase right now. Like I'm saying, to work long term.
Nah, different. The only phase I know is this guy up here, man. There's nobody else, man. No more phases, man. No more.
Where will they?
Kaz, you just said that you're about to. People don't know how to take pain. Like, this is phase of pain. Like this is
I'm already.
This is it. Like this is.
We call it what would want to call it exactly? Like not levels, but there's I can't remember what it's called.
Stage or
stages. You're what stage are you in? I've already gone past that stage. Like I think not Southampton, the Brighton game. That got me fucking pissed off. That pissed me off. That pissed me off because it wasn't even on the manager on that part. That's just down to individual mistakes. Again, you got to look at some instances, whether it's Arsenal when they lose or something. It's not really down to where it's just down to individual stupid ass mistakes. Man United, a lot of our things, bar Newcastle, which was selection, and a couple other games, I would say selection as well. It's just individual mistakes.
Wolves?
Yeah. Again.
What about Wolves away?
Oh my god, that's down to Nana though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Did you get one? Getting knocked out by Tottenham in the Carabao, that's down to many mistakes.
Yeah,
it's like, come on, bro. How many it goes to show the quality of player overall is just not that high, and it's just overrated. It's just not a good way. And the thing is, you take out one player, let's say Ugarte, yeah. I'll take him as the main example. You take him out, there's no energy no more, you're finished. Like, as Lee Gunner would say, well, Harley, you're finished. That's it, you're done.
What can I say, guys? Just quickly, just to run off the show, I just want to do some predictions. And I wanted to do Bournemouth versus Forest, but obviously our Forest representative he's
Can we talk about Bournemouth versus Newcastle?
Since
we want to do revisionism on my club.
I mean, if you want to go for it, I mean, sorry.
By the way, 9 injuries, didn't have a striker.
Clivert, I don't know.
Yeah.
Straight.
Go on, Kaz, take it away.
No, because I'm going to be honest. I was just as surprised as you. I couldn't believe my eyes.
I was
I
shocked.
thought when you got that goal back, I thought, yeah, this is it. This is the one. This is the turnover. You got absolutely doggied from
At home.
just doggied. Like I would like to think it's just an off day. I think you got caught by surprise. I think the players got caught by surprise, and not having Botman in there in the end hurt you because Shaw's just come back, didn't he?
Kirk
Yes. Yeah.
And he was garbage, which is allowed because it's like his first game back. But other than that, I think he was missing a presence. And I don't know what else he was missing. I don't know. I want to know what
Kirk has the new left back. I'll take him. Liverpool.
Yeah, I think I agree. Kirk is exceptional. I think
Paul,
I'm gonna first give Bournemouth. Bournemouth are a great team.
I hope they're pressing.
They're pressing it.
Chaotic, but yeah,
They're number one in the Premier League for winning the ball in the final third. So and I was keen to see before the game because we've been quite good at playing out from the back, and I thought let's see how we do against the number one team. Well, I found out how we did against the number one team. we got brutalized, but also they're so good at. I saw also they got a very high metric of long balls, so they're very direct balls to the Semenyo, balls to Cliver on the wings, doing the things that Newcastle defenders hate, which is people running beyond the lines. In Cliver and Semenyo, and also their ability they're not only good at take-ons, but they're very good at dribbling, which is a pain in the backside. They were very, very, very good. They didn't mess around too much trying to pass the ball through the middle. No, very, very direct. They took their chances. They pressed the life out of us. And when they went 2-1 up, Newcastle, when they tend to have this thing when they're behind, especially unexpectedly, they get desperate and they get angry. They're not very good at that. They're kind of controlling that and coming back into games at the moment. Sometimes they are, but if they don't get the goal back straight away, they get really desperate and angry. Hence why the next 2 goals came around as well. Bournemouth were exceptional. Me saying, I hope it's an off day, but I think Bournemouth. I think it's a lot of it. Bournemouth just being the better. They won. They drew and beat us this season. Yeah, they drew and beat us this season, and I think we drew twice against them last season. Like, I just think
but Toon, also the game at Bournemouth, I remember it. They battered you guys. They should have won that game easily.
I agree. But we weren't the Newcastle. I can safely say the Newcastle we are now weren't the Newcastle that we were then. So I'm more kind of like in this game. Like I thought, they didn't care. They're going to St. James's Park. They're playing against one of the best forwards in Europe at the moment. 9 games won and stuff like that, and they handled us like really, really well. I'm hoping it's a blip. We're gonna forget our next game against Southampton, away to Southampton. So it's a chance for us to show that it was a blip.
No, I'm hoping Toon you lose again. So then for the League Cup semi-final, you're down in
Stefan, I keep on telling you, I know people, there's this thing about it's over Arsenal. I think people are saying it's over because they want to banter Arsenal, but it's not over. Like we have to treat it as 0-0, we start again type of League Cup. I'm going way ahead there, but like for me it's definitely not over.
2 weeks, right?
Yeah, so we've got to play Southampton and then we've got to play Fulham at home, and then we've got Arsenal at home in St. James's Park.
Yeah,
You'll be all right.
Let's not worry about the League Cup semi-final yet.
All right, cool. So I want to go into predictions if I can. Okay. And so you spoke about Southampton, Newcastle. What was your prediction on that? Let's start there. Southampton at St. Mary's. You're going to St. Mary's.
St. Mary's. If the Newcastle that I need to turn up, intense, pressing from the front, in 3-0 Newcastle.
We're talking about the bottom of the table here, Southampton.
Yeah, you're gonna slap them, man.
But they're very good in possession. And I saw the game. I really watched the game against Man United. They showed a lot of heart. They showed a lot of heart against Forest as well after going 3-0 down. But they're missing. Dibling's injured now, and I don't know if what's that kid's name? Kamada Semenya, the one that roasted Sulemana. Is he injured or not? Because I don't know.
No, he's fit, isn't he? He's okay.
Dibling's the one that injured that game.
So Dibling's off. But I don't know.
It's not good enough, team, bruv.
What's that?
You won. It's not good enough, bruv. You won 9 games in a row.
So that again.
I say it's not good enough. You won 9 games in a row. You just slipped up. You should be you should be confident and be motivated because you've been doing really well. You get
Really,
me? So
really, the
one
guy
slip
that
up
the guy
means-
that talks about there's no expectations.
because I don't hear the
Go get him.
where's
Go
the
get him,
chess?
Stefan.
Where's the chess tune? It's Southampton. They're bottom of the league.
You heard me say
know,
3-0, right? You did hear me say 3-0, right?
No, but I said, where's the chess, though, bro?
3-0.
Where's the chess? Like, you don't. You sound
wanna
like
see
you
my
want
chest?
He said 3-0.
And you said 3-0 after.
3-0.
You said 3-0 even after Ash kind of shook you a little bit.
Actually, the shaking. I said 3-0. You
Bro,
just
someone shook you a bit,
you just trying to like
you know,
weave
Southampton,
something in,
right?
like,
And then he was like, yeah.
listen,
He was like, oh yeah, it's
just
Southampton.
because I backed Liverpool to compete for the Premier League and you didn't,
Nah,
you
it's got nothing
don't
to
have
do
to
with
keep on
Liverpool.
projecting
I'm
your
just saying,
insecurities on
where's
me.
the chess? Like, speak up, bro.
Dude,
Don't worry.
don't ever say that again. You can never say that out loud, okay? Because they get
Only
really
one
nervous.
game. It was only one game in the last
Rich,
10.
you see this bandwagon? You can jump on it now. You can jump on the Liverpool bandwagon now.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is, you just lost one game in 10, and you was hesitating against Southampton, bro. Just say what you be motivate yourself, bro. Be
I see you.
motivational.
I see you. I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
Cool, Stefan. What you saying for Southampton, Newcastle?
No, I'm saying again that I think it's gonna be a really easy win. I'm gonna go. Newcastle do concede
Yeah,
chances and stuff, so I think Southampton will score, but I think it's gonna be 3-1 Newcastle.
FaZe, my favorite.
That's a good one. Yeah.
FaZe, my favorite. Go on. Prediction: Southampton versus Newcastle.
Ramsdale masterclass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the old chestnut line, isn't it?
Switching it up.
I can never know when FaZe is ever calm or angry.
Yeah, that's what gives him the edge. Like
Like,
you're like, yeah.
Oh, you're analyzing me now? Look at him.
I just thought FaZe was chilling.
I know what mood like. You just don't know if FaZe is gonna come out and just say something mad or.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Stop mentioning
He could quite easily be like, I don't give a fuck.
Like if it was back in the day, wartime, FaZe would be this most scariest man to be around ever.
Man.
You understand? Because they could just get their sword out and just chop off your head, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I just felt like it." And what can you do about it?
Man's doing chat GPT stories.
Right, all right, Mum's life. I'm on ChatGPT because I genuinely don't care. And let me give you what we found. So I said Newcastle versus Southampton next match score prediction. I said Newcastle United is set to face Southampton on the 25th of January 2025 at St Mary's Stadium. Southampton, currently at the bottom of the Premier League table, has struggled this season with a record of 1 win, 3 draws, and 18 losses. Fucking hell.
Only 7 more than Tottenham.
That was
Nasty.
that was unnecessary.
It's inspiring record.
It's Jay's fault. That's Jay's fault. Ash, that's for Jay. That's for Jay. Just say that. Like Stefan is for FaZe. Like that's what.
Given the contrasting form in his job, Newcastle United is favoured to secure a win. Newcastle win.
Score prediction or
They didn't give me that.
Hey, I love it. I look forward to make sure you say it, man. What are you going for?
Yeah, Newcastle 2-0.
Where's the chest, Preach? Where's the chest, bro?
Hey, I don't know. Southampton, I don't know. They let me down. So
Them stripy kit teams, anything's possible.
Newcastle win. Because, Newcastle win.
Hold on. You're not a serious team with a stripy kit. You can't be. Is that possible? If you got a stripy kit, nobody cares about you.
But Juventus got a stripy kit.
Yeah, Juve and Barca, let them man. But in
The
England,
reason Newcastle got it because they thought they were Juventus. That's what that was.
yeah,
And let's be real, Southampton got a similar kit to Sunderland.
FaZe is just like, let me land my gag, Come on, man. Like,
no one cares about these stripy kit teams. No one gives a shit. Nobody gives it. What's it? Reading, Wigan. Nobody cares.
Reading or Hoops.
Hoops is underneath.
Oh
stripe.
yeah,
Crazy.
people definitely
Hoops is
don't
below
give about
stripe.
a shit about teams in hoops.
Except for Sowick, innit?
Yeah.
Just give us the predictions, Kaz. Goodness gracious.
Why is it me? 4-1.
4-1, yeah. Jay, what are you saying?
I hope so. Then I can
I
get
would
another
love to. I would
25,000
love to
views
predict
on my
Southampton to
Newcastle.
get something. I'm trying to be like, can I logically give a Southampton prediction? I think Southampton will definitely score. Like they'll score.
How about this? I'm watching the Newcastle game over the Liverpool game.
Okay.
Raw. Who's Liverpool playing?
Ipswich.
Ipswich.
I'm not watching that.
I know. Yeah, that one friend is too.
I might watch both.
I'll go with Newcastle 2-1.
Newcastle.
I'm gonna go for 3-1 Newcastle. And I think Gordon will get in the score sheet. I think Gordon will do some damage.
Joe Linton's head 100% scoring.
Yeah. Joe Linton.
Yeah, 100% scoring.
Listen, we're big fans of Joe Linton.
Hey, listen.
Big fans of Joe Linton on this stream.
I like Joe Linton. What's wrong with him?
No, he's out, man.
It's a historical thing. Like
right now, Joe Linton starts for every single one of these our teams. On this
no. They rate him.
We're not doing Joe Linton prop on this channel.
This is a star for Arsenal or Liverpool.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He's not better than Declan Rice, man. What are you on about?
Better than Declan Rice, Partey, or Odegaard. There's no way you're taking any of them.
Well, I would argue that.
How would you argue that he's better than
because Declan Rice is probably only a 6, and
100 million Declan Rice.
That's what makes it worse. He's 100 million.
You sat here and defended Enios and bought time for Man U, and now you're telling me
why are you so offended by my opinion?
Because you're a Man United fan, and if Declan Rice played for Man United, you'd have compilations.
He'd be paying a 6.
About how generational he is and how he's the next Roy Keane and all that bullshit.
But that's what your fans do now already. What are we doing?
Well,
who's deflection to premises.
And guess what? We didn't pay 105 million just for him to whip in corners.
No, that's true.
And Joe Linton walked into our team.
You paid 100.
Joe Linton would get you goals
for a spinning clown and a fucking fridge. That's true.
That's what Declan Rice does and pass sideways and whips in corners.
Tottenham can do it with Joe
Linton. So right now, we're saying
Tottenham can do it with
Joe Linton is better than Declan Rice.
Who did you play recently, by the way?
Joe Linton is better than Declan Rice.
No. I'm saying in the 8, I would rather have Joe Linton. I like what he offers going forward. I prefer Declan Rice. I like a clam pot in the 6.
What does he offer? Can you tell me what does he offer?
That puts Joe Linton in our team over.
Yeah, I would say so. I like Joe Linton.
He started a forest fire. I
gave my opinion. I think Arsenal needs some goals and whatnot in the 8, and they need a little bit more and a little bit, just a bit more brute, like a bit more, being more of a brute in there, like, other than Declan Rice. And I think he'd be a great ball carrier for you lot too. And only Declan Rice can do that for you. So I think them two would work well.
There would be a problem if Joe Linton was in the side.
You got Timber and Lewis Skelly. They're very good on the ball already. They're amazing on the ball.
So you're basically saying a Rice, Joe Linton, Odegaard.
Oh my!
That's mean though.
Yes,
that's mean.
That's a mean midfield.
That's a mean midfield.
And this is what I'm saying. And I'm telling you now. You got very good line at the back who's all very, very good on the ball as well. And I think that does help.
I stuck out, man.
Yeah, man, that's proper.
Proper.
Joe Linton don't walk in.
The only thing.
He starts over Sabozlai in the 10.
Oh wow!
Slot loves a pressing player. He would absolutely do it. Sabozlai's called Sabozo for a reason. I gave him that name. Gave him that name first. Who else is playing in the 10? Let me know. Let me know.
I've already watched your pass. I've already watched your goals, man.
Who's next to die?
I watched your goals, bro.
I will die on this Joe Linton hill. I will die on this hill for Joe Linton.
I've watched your goals.
I respect your dying on a Joe Linton hill. This is impressive.
He's a good player.
He's a great player.
He's a great player if you're building a rugby team, but not a top.
That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful.
Coming from an Arsenal fan, it's understandable.
Yeah, man.
I would say our midfield is better than yours.
It is.
Squad is different, not team.
Yeah.
What do you think? Did you just say you think you got better midfield
Then Arsenal? Of course, Newcastle do.
Newcastle midfield, our combined midfield.
His face.
It's much better than Arsenal's.
No, come
Continue
on. Come back. No, come
disrespect.
on. Let's all listen. Let's all come back and huddle.
I swear,
Because
Odegaard,
you said
I swear
much
the
better.
main playmakers
No,
got
this
2
is-
goals in the whole calendar year.
Bro, because Arsenal's midfield, 2/3 of it is
What the-
Rice.
Wait,
I
I
don't
just
think your midfield.
That's
will do that.
2/3 of their
What's the
midfield.
next prediction? What's the next game
wait,
we're
wait,
predicting?
I just
Me as a podcaster, I have to sit down to rappers who have 0 accolades and tell me that they're the best in the world. They're the best rapper in the world because everything is subjective. So man I can't. There's no point in me even arguing with man because it's a subjective based argument.
Yes,
so
exactly.
no matter what I say, they're still going to say that because they genuinely believe it. The same way this rapper with no accolades believe he's the best rapper. So
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's just my opinion, man. I'm a rapper with no accolades.
no,
Man.
Cass. I'm just you're talking more positively about Newcastle than Toon himself. So I'm
no, Toon said he's midfield's better than us. He said
I,
their midfield's better than ours.
how
Why
about
you
this?
sound like that?
Why
Why do you care about?
Of all the teams on here, yeah, Newcastle play better football than all of you.
Cass, you know what? Cass, you know what? Next time,
I like
You support Newcastle.
I genuinely like watching them. What I know I'm going to get from them is their game and goals. So I'm not
watch your
scared.
shows, fam.
I like the way I like the way Klopp played football. That's exactly how I like
Very
my
similar.
style.
Bro, I watched your
Very
shows
similar.
this season, bro.
Do you
I
get
watched
it?
your shows this
And I
season.
used to hate these lot, and I just like, you know what? Forget all of that. Fuck
Bro,
specs.
I watched your shows. You weren't saying that.
I don't-
He's lying.
Yeah, and I can't lie. I think Liverpool plays some decent stuff, but I think Newcastle just played the better stuff. Only because teams
No,
always
but
want
watch
to
your
play
shows,
low.
bro. You were saying best of the world on your shows. And what's going on now, fam?
Who?
Gravenberg, all of that.
Yeah, but
You
what's that?
apologize. You even
In terms of-
apologize
in-
for
in
calling
terms-
that.
But in terms of football, what's that got to do with being the
you
best
already
team?
spoke about Saboslight as well.
I don't like. But in terms of being the best team compared to how you play football, that's 2 different things.
Yeah, but the goal of football is to win.
Yeah, but I said
a team below you in the league play better
one
football
phase,
if
but
it's less efficient.
my direct quote was, I think Newcastle play better football.
But
than every team.
that's
But it
a-
doesn't
but
mean they're the
Faze,
best
but
team.
Faze,
They're
but
the
Faze,
better team.
but Faze, how many times have Newcastle played Arsenal this season?
I think we play each other twice each season. I don't know if we've done.
But this season, how many times have we played already? We played
twice.
I don't.
How
I
many?
don't know.
How many goals have you scored?
I don't know.
Scored 0 goals.
All right. How many goals have we scored?
Yeah, cool. So go. So yes. So
Just
cool.
say.
So cool. So tell me the numbers then.
So far we've scored 3 goals
Yep.
And we
against
scored
you.
0.
And we
you guys
scored 0.
You've had like 2 shots on target. as
You
well.
had 2 shots on target.
So cool.
Oh, fuck.
And we're gonna let's keep
From the league
consistency.
cup. The league cup.
Hold on, wait, stop, please. So to keep
Go
consistency,
Help
the
myself.
fact that you're providing
I
yourself,
should have kept my mouth shut. I should have just kept my
scored
mouth
more
shut.
goals than us, and we have in games than you. So you have a better style of play, typically to play against us, is what your argument is. So then, when I refer to a greater scheme of things, when you have, let me check,
Bournemouth.
38 goals scored, 26 conceded, and we have 43 scored and 21 conceded. We have scored more than you and conceded, yes. So the same point you're using to defeat me overall defeats you.
No, you said your earlier point around being subjective. So you said that there's rappers who've got no accolades. Essentially saying they're the best.
Why does everyone want to be the rapper with no accolades?
I know. So he's basically saying that Newcastle have no accolades, and I'm saying, well, no, that's not true. That's not true. We've got a couple of accolades. We've beaten you twice this season, fairly comfortably. I would say actually, home and away.
What
kind of rapper is Liverpool then? Because
no, but hold on, before we get
like you're
the rapper that nobody was. You're Drake. You're Drake. Like, nobody was talking about.
He's Kendrick.
Yeah, he's made like Kendrick. He comes back, dishes something, and then go back into the mix. No one gives a shit. Used to be good. Comes back, wins something.
Can I respond
again?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Man City or Jay-Z?
What the fuck's going on here?
We started with the rappers.
We were in the middle of a discussion.
guys.
Man just started naming what's going on there.
Where's Stefan?
I gave an opinion, and then I got hounded.
But I was in the middle of a discussion. Like,
Sorry, go on, Faze. Go on, Faze. No, go on.
because it's gone now, because the point was tied into the back of another point. And like,
Yeah, so I was saying about the accolades, going back to your point.
yeah, but Cash said he genuinely feels you play better football than us.
Yes.
And then
yes,
I
he
made
does.
my face, and
But
you're the
that's a
thing was you
subjective
scored more.
opinion.
Why can I not finish my sentence?
Oh no, go on.
What the fuck's going on?
So I mean, the angry phase is coming out. Didn't even know.
Oh, and now there's jokes, and I still can't finish my
No,
sentence.
Faze, go on.
Didn't even
Faze,
start.
go on.
Like, what the fuck?
Go on.
Fuck it, man. I don't need. Continue.
He doesn't want to do it no more.
Nah, the moment's gone a little bit, boys.
So what's the next prediction?
Wait, okay. As I was gonna say, it's not better than playing in Liverpool though.
All right. Goodness
Of course
gracious.
not. Liverpool are the
man,
best team in the world. They play
Preach,
the
man.
best football.
No,
I told
They
you.
have
what I'm
the
saying is,
sexiest coach.
but how comes
They have
no,
everything.
I
That's what
don't like
Drake
this.
FC, bro. Always want to be in every like controversy, bro. Like
But we've worked hard, bro. We're top of the Champions League phase.
Oh, gosh.
Top of the most
Guys,
entertaining
you're
league in the
insane, bro. Why did
world.
you have to say
Hey,
that?
did you see your prediction, buddy? Did you see your prediction for
Yeah, he said 2-0 in that.
yeah?
Who?
alright, cool.
What
We'll
are
move
you
on.
for? I don't understand. Who?
For
No, I'm just
Newcastle.
saying with a prediction for Newcastle. I think everyone said it now. All right, cool. So we're gonna move
Okay.
on.
Spurs Leicester next. Let's do Spurs Leicester.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Rude Van
Who plays
Nistelrooy.
better football? Who plays better football with Spurs Leicester?
Okay, two, go. Spurs Leicester.
No,
What's
I'm
your
joking.
prediction?
I'm just picking on Jay. Is that home? Is that
Yeah.
Tottenham?
It's at
It
home.
says Spurs.
It's at home.
Do you know what? I can see a 4-0 Spurs.
Yeah, they're gonna smash them.
Yeah, I can
How
see
do
a
you do
4-0
this to
Spurs.
yourself? Like, how do you still drink the fucking Kool-Aid with
Because
Spurs?
Leicester are so bad,
don't
man.
get it.
Leicester
Leicester are bad, man.
Spurs still got a really, really good attack. Like they're having a rough time, but they got a good
Oh,
attack.
Leicester are bad, man. You got
Solanke's
everyone.
Solanke's out.
Werner's out.
Solanke's out until March.
What's your
by
front
the way.
line?
Monkey's out to March, bro. Yeah.
What's your front line?
Brennan Johnson is also out for
Probably like,
Oh my
probably
gosh, what?
like
Is that why Lane Scarlett's
Richie
back?
Cullen.
Richarlison, that's not in it. Richarlison,
It's gonna be
Richarlison and who?
Kulusevski on the right, and then
Maybe Mikey Moore might get minutes.
Mikey Moore.
It's gonna be Son.
it's gonna be Son. It's gonna be Son, Richarlison, and then Kulusevski on the right wing.
You're not going to see the 3-4-3 though, are you? You're not expecting the 3-4-3.
Nah, we'll never see that ever again.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Oh,
so glad we skipped that part
of the show.
Some people were praising.
Let me
people
scale
were
back.
praising Ange.
Let me scale back.
Some people were like, "Hey, have you seen Ange made some tactical adjustments?" I was like, "Listen, don't ever mention that first half against Everton ever again. That is not a manifestation or a representation of a manager making good changes. That's just terrible. Do you know what I mean? That's just
What do you expect your midfield to be then?
Benson Core.
Basuma's injured. Basuma and Sarr are both injured.
Madison.
You're joking.
They're injured now, but I think Bazuma will be fit for the weekend, maybe.
No.
If not, it'll be
Said he's out. He said he's out
it'll be like
for
Benson. Basically, it'll be Benson, Core, Bergval, Madison, probably.
Yeah.
2-1 then. 2-1 Spurs. I have to retract that. It's not 4-0. 2-1.
Hashtag lightweight. Yeah.
But Romero's back in training.
The thing is, when Spurs play twice a week, I think the Sunday game, for some reason, we just pop down. Our energy, I don't know what it is. Or I don't even know if it's energy. We just can't play 2 games a week this season. It's just, we're really bad on a Sunday. But I still expect us to win. Me personally. But Stefan, what's your prediction?
Oh, you got Hoffenheim away tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we got
Hoffenheim away.
Come on,
Germany.
Hoffenheim.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
We need to win that game as well because we
And the
can't
weather's
afford to not
freezing.
finish in the top
The
8.
weather is meant to be cold. Like,
Love it, man. You lot are done out, man. Away from home, yeah, you lot finished from Hoffenheim. They're not even. You're finished.
Yeah, but wait, Cass. Hoffenheim are fucking shit this year.
Yeah, but so are Spurs, and they're away.
Yes, so yeah.
And it's Europe.
predictions.
Yeah, I mean, for the Leicester game, I'm gonna go. It's really I think they'll just sneak a win. I think it's gonna be 2-1 to Spurs.
Is Vardy
A bad performance as well.
Against Leicester.
Yeah, I think Spurs will win. I know.
You know what? I hear it. You have a DD in it. I'm 3-2. Run out. 3-2.
No, but Cass, Leicester have lost their last 7 games. They've lost 7 games in a row.
You saying 7? They're due. They're due.
No, I mean, but not if it was at Leicester, I would go for a Leicester win. But it's at Spurs. I don't.
This is hurting you, isn't it? This is hurting you to say this.
It is hurting me, but
it's what any other team. If we were playing any other team in the league, I think he'd predict the other team.
Jay, you couldn't beat fucking Tamworth in 90 minutes, man.
Are we still in the FA Cup? Yes or no? Are you in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
Why are you hating from outside the club?
I was like,
You can't get in right now, so relax, bro.
Okay.
Just relax.
Okay.
Just relax.
I'm still gonna go for, you know what? Fuck it. 2-2. Fuck that.
Hey, the energy.
2-2. Vardy is definitely gonna score at least one goal because he loves to score against Spurs.
Let's say quick Lucas age, yeah? No, Red Bull, sorry. All right, cool. FaZe, you still there? Yeah? All right, cool. Preach. You said.
Yeah, maybe something like, I don't know, score draw 2-2. Vardy's there.
Oh,
Innit? So,
yeah? Right, no one's rating it.
yeah.
Cass is going for a Leicester win, right? He went for a 3-2.
No. I'm still going
Man,
Spurs.
listen,
I'm
way too
going
much
Spurs.
players.
I think it might be a scary one, but I still think Spurs win, man. It is Leicester, man. Let's be
Who
honest.
scores,
It is
though, for- who
You're
scores
gonna get a
Spurs?
Jordan. Oh, you.
Spurs. I see.
Who
Even
Spurs?
if I think Richarlison actually scores, I think Madison might. I think Kulusevski could get a goal. Madison's like they got Val Faith at the back, man.
Yeah,
He's
he's so shit.
Fake David Luiz, man. He's garbage.
Yeah. Jay?
The energy thing is a concern, to be fair. Like, as in, because Leicester will have the week, and I think 3-1, but I think we go 1-0 down. Like, you know what I mean? I just have a feeling like everyone's gonna lose their shit. But like that's the thing. If we lose to Leicester, he probably has to lose his job. So
Yeah,
it is a must-win game.
What about draw? Even if it's a draw,
If we draw with Leicester, then I would look at it and say we lost to Ipswich at home. We drew with Wolves at home. We beat Southampton, but you know that Southampton was the old Southampton. This new Southampton might beat us. We lost to Everton. So if we then don't beat Leicester, I don't. There's no like. In as much as I don't think we'll get relegated, like, but if you can't beat any of the teams that are worse than you, do you know what I mean? Like, there comes a certain point. So it's a must-win game. And I think it's weird to say that, but it genuinely is. Like, if he doesn't win this game, I don't like.
He's
I don't.
gone. He's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. We got to win. So 3-1 Spurs.
Yeah, I agree, man.
However, if you've watched Leicester the last few games, even though they have lost, they've missed a lot of chances. Like, Vardy has been unusually like not clinical. He's missed a number of big chances. So Leicester are creating. They're not playing as badly as the scores suggest. Like, even in the Liverpool game, they played quite well in that game. They lost in the end, but they played. They came with a plan. If they play in a similar way with Spurs, I think they can definitely get a result, because Spurs usually struggle against three at the back with low blocks. That's what I've noticed with Spurs.
Will Ruud go into a low block? You reckon?
Well, Ruud, I don't know how much he respects Spurs, so I don't.
He has to respect everybody in his position.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the way he played against Liverpool was he pretty much put every person behind the ball, and they broke on them, and it actually worked quite well for, I would say, for a large part of the game. Against Spurs, you know, that could also that would work, in my opinion, far more. So let's see. I mean, I don't know.
FaZe, what are you saying? Spurs play Leicester at home, 2:00.
Who Spurs Leicester?
Yeah. What's your prediction?
2-2.
2-2. Imagine.
And if that happens,
Imagine. Twice against Leicester. Imagine.
2-2. Nah, bro, that's how we threw points away against Wolves, though.
Whoa.
And Fulham.
Wow. But
Bro,
yeah,
like,
right,
bro, if it's 2-1, 85 minutes gone, let's just start knocking on the door. Are you telling me someone doesn't answer?
yeah, that's crazy.
No,
I want to move on. I know you got juice for us. Save it for next week, just in case we do lose. I will bring it up. Don't worry.
the WhatsApp is going to be crazy.
I know I avoided it this week, but I will bring it up. But yeah, FaZe, I want to stay with you quickly. We're going to talk about Arsenal. You're away. You're at the Molineux. Can't say it. Playing Wolves. What's your prediction? 3:00 kickoff Saturday.
2-1 Wolves.
2-1
Cunha.
Wolves.
Cunha belter.
Cunha, top bins, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Stefan. Let's go back that way. Stefan.
I'm gonna go control 2-0 win. Wolves are in.
Okay. Team tactics.
3-0 Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal. Preacher, you there?
Yeah, 1-0.
He just wanted to show us his trophies. That's all. It was.
That small flex.
Yeah, but you know what? Because I feel like you lot have forgotten about these things. Like, don't do it no more, bro.
Car, bro. Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, but 2-1. You see, even Bob Marley champion. Bob Marley there.
Down in the book. You get me. Sorry, yeah, Cass.
Draw.
Draw, yeah?
I think they draw.
Cool.
I think this is AFTV gold.
Another Havertz meltdown.
Wherever. They'll probably scapegoat someone that doesn't deserve to be scapegoated, but we'll wait for it.
Cool.
Yes.
Jay?
I'm trying to. You know, I thought Wolves were okay at times against Chelsea, but they were just like stupid, like just really stupid, like brain dead moments. I don't know. Like, I think maybe Wolves could. You know what? Arsenal have definitely scored a corner against these jabronis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these guys aren't like. So Wolves are definitely conceding a set piece. So they start. It's like a handicap. They're starting on a -1. Yeah. So I'm like, do I trust Wolves to win this game?
But do you think Konya shakes his bum a little bit harder because he wants?
I think he goes Megan the Stallion on them. So like, yeah, maybe he's gonna do a little stuff. I might cancel out that. So I'm gonna try like let's see a Wolves take a draw. Cunha scores. You know,
I see if his manager lets him play because I swear he's
bro. Listen, if you do like, I'm asterisk in this. If Cunha doesn't play, it's gonna be like 4-0 Arsenal. Like, they need him out there. Like, this is his audition.
Go on, FaZe. He's got trophies too, bro. Can't tell me nothing, bro.
Hey, 2-0 Arsenal.
Love that.
Where's the gold one? Where's the gold one?
I couldn't find that.
He's like Photoshop doesn't work that quickly.
I'm gonna talk about Man City Chelsea quick.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Man City Chelsea is coming up. So, soon, I'll start with you.
If you asked me this after Man City beat Ipswich 6-0, I would have been a little bit more confident in Man City. But I saw you know what? I didn't like PSG before. I like them now. I really like them. What a fun team.
Wow, man.
Did you see Barcola?
The wingers.
Hey, João Neves was moving crack. Him and Vitinha, man. What a pairing, man.
What a
Little
team.
midgets.
What a team. So sorry, anyway. I think Chelsea, who've also got a young team, not the greatest defense, but it almost doesn't matter against Man City at this stage. I think Chelsea win.
Who are they missing? Chelsea are missing a couple players potentially. Who is it? Is it Enzo and Lavia?
You're gonna make me change my mind.
Lavia.
You're gonna make me change my mind almost. Who's gonna be in their midfield then?
I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be Caicedo. Maybe Dewsbury Hall will get another nod.
He did okay.
Palmer?
Yeah.
Man City. Wait, where was it? Man City? Yeah, Man City are losing.
Yeah. Still more.
They're losing. Yeah.
I just had the thought of Rico Lewis inverted next to like Kovacic or something. Yeah, whatever, man. I'm done with that.
Hey, FaZe.
2-1 Chelsea. 2-1 Chelsea for me. 2-1 Chelsea for me.
Yeah.
Hey, FaZe, what are you saying, bro? What's that? How to take set pieces. What's that? Successfully or something? What's that?
That's a beauty or something.
That's FIFA.
Okay.
Club guy. Who's Chelsea playing though, man?
Man City.
City at home.
You know, Blue Boys. This is money ball.
Money.
Park. 3-3.
Draw. Okay, draw specialist.
Yeah,
Breach.
City 3-1.
City to take City back, yeah? City are back.
I don't think they're back, but it's a big game, innit? So I think City will just step up for it. I don't know.
So what's tonight? They got.
I know tonight's shirt scared me, man.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when I say big game, and like they're playing Chelsea, and it's like history, reputation, and all that. When I say big game,
they might not qualify for the next round. Like they got one more game to put it round. Like, this was a big game.
Was it Braga?
No, yeah, you're saying like in the importance of the game. I mean, like in terms of who they're playing. Like,
oh right, okay.
Yeah. I get you, but I just think they'll just step up because it's Chelsea.
Okay.
They need to, man. The amount of times I've expected them to and they haven't has been shocking.
It's been like that all season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's embarrassing, man.
Don't even
And I'm
know.
an Arsenal fan. Do you know what I mean? And I'm warranted in saying that.
You know, it's the Tottenham fans are silent as you're talking about embarrassing. I was like, I hope you're not expecting us to be able to chime in on that.
No, but you know what though? But even like, as much as you banter Tottenham, bro, you've got a bag of fucking goals.
Yeah.
It's evident what the issue is with your team.
Yeah.
And is it true what Dyer said about he doesn't practice tactics or some stupidness like that?
I mean, this is the
That can't be true. So once he figures that out, it's it's only one way is up.
I like that. So basically, we're doing this with no tactics. So once we start doing some tactics,
no, but you just need help in defense.
Yeah, but the thing is man's like 59. If he's not doing tactics now, when's he gonna start? TikTok.
Uncle A, you know.
Everyone can learn. Everyone can learn, man.
I know every day is a school day, but this motherfucker slept through high school. Come on, man.
I don't know, man. Scoring goal, bro. You've scored the second or third most goals in the league, ain't you?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's
we
true.
have.
Maybe it's polar opposites because we need goals at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, but people will be like, look what happens when you prioritize defense. Looking at Arsenal.
Yeah, but you still get disrespected. Set piece FC.
That's true.
You're always a failure. You can't win the league like this. You need a striker.
Yeah.
And Liverpool win all the time, but nobody wants to talk about them.
Preach just comes here on the off chance that somebody might want to discuss it. No, not tonight.
Yeah, just for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
No, not tonight. Maybe next time.
I'm like that talking kid, the talking black kid. There's no agenda.
Yeah. Liverpool.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's funny. Hey, well, I'm gonna go for. It's a hard game to call, man. Chelsea have only just
mad, isn't it? It's gonna be a mad game. It's gonna be a mad game.
Decider, man. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go for a draw, man. I'm gonna get splinters for that one. But yeah, let's move on to.
Oh yeah, just quick, man. I was gonna tell Fritz quickly, like Chelsea, City second half. Yeah, like, is PSG's attack more potent than Chelsea's?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Is it? If you just pause and think about it.
I don't like Dembele though, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like Palmer's worth. Palmer's probably worth like 2 of those PSG attackers. Do you know what I mean? In terms of decision making and finishing and all that sort of stuff. So all I'm basically saying is the way PSG were cutting through City tonight,
mad.
Yeah, was massive. That was mad.
Even when they had Fabian Ruiz on, they have Vitinha on, and then they had
but Chelsea have got the Leicester Fabio Ruiz. So there's that. So we'll start there. We do, and then
PSG got better midfield. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Palmer's due. I say so. I'm just looking at it saying Chelsea's attack can cause them problems. Like Jackson running about that defense. Like he might not score, but he's gonna terrorize them.
Chelsea could do with a Joe Linton.
Oh my god!
All right.
Everyone. Let's just say defaultly, everyone could do with a Joe Linton. You know what I mean? Everyone could do with a Joe Linton, and let's just assume that moving forward.
The wall will be a place with Joe Linton, right?
Yeah. I don't want to back. How long do you reckon Potter gets before people start being like, "Ooh, what's Potter doing?"
Too early for that, man. Too early.
No. But you're saying too early. Like Lopetegui didn't get like 18 games.
Yeah,
too early, man.
You think he'll do well?
Potter?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he will.
I think so.
But so you see Brighton are structurally set up amazing. They replace like no one's business. They got a guy who's a novice, amazing. Do you know what I mean? So
take the structure away from Potter. Who is he?
Yeah,
he made the structure, no?
No, but the way he's been so easily replaced, look at what he did at Chelsea. Like, do you know what I mean? So
you can't say that De Zerbi's version of Brighton wasn't a bit sexier anyway.
True, very true. Even I forgot about this. Do you know what I mean?
Sick at the moment, to be fair.
Do you think he's over? Do you think he's one of these managers that's because I think Potter's done a lot of good stuff, but like
you know
for
what?
example, I think Rodgers is a better manager than Potter.
Do you know what, Jay? You're thinking onto something. You see, Brighton, because of their culture, not only their managers but their players.
Yeah.
Oh, they're great at Brighton, but as soon as they go to
Yeah,
But yeah, I would say with Potter, it's unfortunate that his defenders are bar maybe one Masako, maybe defensively, but they're crap. No Tadibo, they suffer, and he ain't started great either. Bramber, Panos, and Kilman's just not it. Let's be real. Don't even get me started. Who is and what is their left back?
Sheesh.
What is it?
Is it Emerson?
it's not still Cresswell, is it?
That's
They've moved on. They've moved on from Aaron Cresswell. It's Emerson, isn't it? It's Emerson. It's Emerson.
They need.
I just want to default say Aaron Cresswell.
They need Bowen back, and they need a striker badly.
What's
They got no
Bowen's
striker.
injury?
They're looking at San Gomez though.
Who?
You know, what's the kid from Lille? Plays for England.
Andre
Oh,
Gomez.
Angel Gomez.
Yeah,
He's injured. He's injured at the moment, no?
Is that why he's not playing at Lille?
Yeah, he's literally
But they
injured.
got a better midfielder. They got someone else as well. He wasn't
He
getting.
was for Man United.
Two of the starters against Liverpool, which would be Angel Gomez off the left more time, and then that
I want to look at him as well.
Zerganot, I don't know what his name is. Yeah, they usually play him in front, but they didn't play against Liverpool yesterday because they're both out.
Interesting.
They had a few players out against Liverpool yesterday, and they done quite well.
What are we saying then? Emre's home sweet home. He's at home, and obviously he's playing West Ham. Emery, Aston Villa. They play West Ham
2-0 Villa for me.
4:30 on a Sunday.
Where is it at West Ham?
No, it's at Villa
Even
Park.
at West Ham.
Ooh.
West Ham.
I don't know,
I'm
man.
saying Emery. I'm saying
Tyrone Mings is getting too many matches for me.
Yeah, I agree on that part as well. If he plays, there's a chance for West Ham, innit?
Yeah, he's got a horrible nickname in my friend's group chat, but I'll share it with you guys off screen. But yeah, he's not a good player. Like he's not good. He's not doing it.
Trying to work it out.
But I was saying, like Potter, yeah. Just circling back on that, it's like, okay, how long do these because West Ham fans are kind of like got not a chip on their shoulder, but they, all teams want to be like crashing the top 6 and playing in Europe and stuff. So, like, they brought him in now. Do you think they're going to give him a long time?
They got no choice, man.
Well, I mean, they do have a choice because West Ham remember they've got that stadium glitch, like that infinite money stadium glitch, where they don't pay for their stadium but take all the proceeds.
I think they only pay something like 2 million a year or something.
That's what I'm saying. But they take like all the 100. Like I think they might even be up to whatever, like 100 million, taking like into account like season tickets and obviously like they take all the gate receipts. Well, I don't know how much it is specifically, but they take all the proceeds.
They pay basically nothing to hire out the stadium, literally.
Wow.
And it's like it's a 100-year lease.
How is this legal?
What?
Because after they finish with the stadium after the Olympics, they had nothing to do with it.
They're not a serious one.
That's why they got that City.
But yeah, like I can see, but West Ham.
I can hear you, by the way, FaZe.
But that's why they can't chat shit to Chelsea for selling hotels because they're allowing fuckers like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So, what's your predictions, guys?
I'm gonna go with like a West Ham draw, like a draw with this game.
3-0 Villa, man.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. I'm saying. Double down on that one. Yeah, 3-0, bro. West Ham getting smoked.
We're just gonna run through their midfield.
Yeah, they're just gonna run through their defense even.
Yeah. We might see a good solo goal, really.
Yeah, there will be questions about Potter if they get mashed up. But
Desmond, man, it's going to be a 2-2 Desmond. I'm telling you, whenever West Ham play people with the same claret kits, they always dominate. They're the originator of that kit, and they always win those games.
I would reckon, Preach.
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0?
Villa.
2-0. Okay, cool. All right, last game, I think. Fulham versus Manchester United at the Craven Cottage.
Wait, we're away, innit?
Craven Cottage.
Yeah, if it's away from home, we've got a chance.
Yeah.
I'm still sticking by it as always. Fulham 1-0. Man United.
Oh, you got Fulham 1-0?
No, Man United 1-0. We'd nick it.
Oh, you don't think Onana's gonna go do the madness again?
I don't know. He gives the stinker, then he's due a good game or two, and then whatever goes down the line a little bit, then that's the stinker that's due probably. So there you go.
Balances out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think we wouldn't fucking 1-0. I don't know how, but we always somehow nick results at the Craven Cottage. No matter how much we get dominated, just nick it.
No, that's because the Garnacho in it though.
More than that, it's been more than that. Just go look here. It's just,
Nah, it's Garnacho, bro. I remember like two late winners by Garnacho in the last 3 years.
probably wasn't.
Ex-Arsenal man them start to turn up.
I don't mind. They said the same thing when we played at the start of the season. They weren't that good, but they're good. They're good now.
Did they absolutely batter you?
Nah, they didn't.
Oh yeah, it was the first game of the
They did batter.
Xerxes came up late.
I remember now.
No, but we missed bare chances. I remember that game like it was yesterday. We won 1-0.
Xerxes scored in that game.
Yeah, we won 1-0, but they missed literally a 3-on-1 break. I think they missed it, but that's all. That's all they really had the whole game.
It's going to be different this game, though.
United always get live first game. Do you remember when Onana punched the Wolves player last season?
No, we don't. The last 2 times I went to Man United at the start of the season, we lost both of them.
Yeah, United are losing this game.
And previous to that, we lost to flipping Palace.
But Kaz, where are the goals coming from, though?
I don't know. I said I said 1-0. It's just a goal.
I don't see you keeping a clean sheet.
He's on the same side as Robinson, though. I don't see Diallo.
Is Maguire fit?
Robinson pushes
yeah, Maguire's fit, yeah.
He does. So Diallo has to come back and defend.
Yeah, but he's not going to play wing back.
You know what, Kaz? Let me ask you, Kaz. Do you miss Wan-Bissaka?
No, hell no.
No, because in this formation, no one can tell me right of the 3 centre backs, Wan-Bissaka would cook in this formation.
No, he wouldn't, because I'll tell you why. In possession, he sucks. Even in the fullback, I'll tell you exactly why. Back post, he's horrendous.
Oh, and Mazraoui is Mr. Attention to detail.
He's much better than Wan-Bissaka. I'll tell you
He'd be your Kyle Walker. He'd be your Kyle Walker.
A better love story than Wan-Bissaka and back. But how can you tell me?
Would you say definitively Mazraoui you think is better than Wan-Bissaka?
As a footballer and a player, yes.
No, don't give me that footballer caveat bullshit.
Yes, he's definitely better than Wan-Bissaka.
Do you honestly think Wan-Bissaka is a better player than?
No, he's not.
You think Mazraoui's better?
Yes, by a mile.
But I'm going to argue that Mazraoui doesn't really add much offensively, and Wan-Bissaka is better defensively.
But how's that worked out this season for him? How's that worked out this season for him? Because I've seen him get cooked by Wan-Bissaka quite a few times.
I feel like West Ham fans.
Sometimes I do wonder, Jay. Do you actually watch football? Or do you just get the consensus of highlights?
I don't know. Why would I am a fanatic. Listen, I know the Wan-Bissaka narrative is not the popular narrative. Why would I push the Wan-Bissaka narrative?
How has Wan-Bissaka played this year overall under Lopetegui?
I think he's played well. West Ham fans have praised him.
No, they haven't, because that's not
what
they
have.
That's what Dan Lawrence have been telling me.
West Ham fans.
Let me ask you again. How has he played under Lopetegui?
Bro, he's played well. Objectively speaking.
How has he played? Not how if he's good or not. What's his role? How has he been playing? Like, what is it?
What do you mean? Like, right back?
Yeah, how? Like, what's his roles? What's his role right back?
No, just like playing like a right back.
Does he sit back? Does he invert? Does he overlap? Does he go inside?
I think he's like he's a defensive-minded right back. He's got a couple of assists though.
I know that, but I'm asking you because since you watch West Ham, what's his role at West Ham?
You want to do granular detail because I didn't agree with you. I trust that the next time I agree with you, you're gonna ask me for the same level of granular detail.
I'm telling you, someone who just said what's his role?
In terms of what I've observed from him, he plays in a very similar way to how he played at Man United.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
In what way?
Because Lopetegui's been playing very attackingly as it goes, and he's leaving gaps in behind.
I don't think he's been playing very attacking.
Thank you very much on that part, because otherwise, how does he get his 2 assists? Because he don't do it otherwise.
So he's never allowed to go into the opposition half?
No. The issue is you said he plays very similar to Man United. I said
he's gay. As in the guy hasn't evolved as a player in the space of 6 months.
I'm categorically telling you he's playing the total opposite of his roles at United at West Ham. Preach, is everyone else following me? He said he watched West Ham, so surely.
No, I didn't say no. You tried. No. At no point did I ever say I watched West Ham.
Well, then how?
You said he's been. I said West Ham fans have waxed lyrical about how he's
Yeah,
played.
but you've used that as your way
And
of
I said
measuring
in the
both of these
games that
players
he's
together.
played, he's played well.
But
and he
how
has a
would you
couple of
know?
assists.
How would you know that you don't watch West
You then
Ham?
try to force a narrative
How would you know
that I
that you-
have to watch him for 23 games in a season to have an opinion.
All right, Jay.
So moving forward, Kaz, now that you've established the criteria to have an
That's
opinion on
crazy.
a player, every single
Mental.
time you pass an opinion on a player,
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure you've hit the Kaz threshold of a
Name it.
23-game watch.
By the way, you can go to Never a Foul. I break down bigger games now. I'm doing a lot of the so-called smaller sides. I watch everything. You can tell me a role of how a player is at Southampton. I'll tell you exactly how they play.
That's absolutely fine, bro. But this doesn't. But bro, this doesn't.
If you have an opinion,
none of this actually takes away from the original point.
This is getting long-winded.
No, but it only gets long-winded.
Don't compare two players if you don't actually watch them.
No, bro, you wanted to get down in the dirt and get dirty. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to muddy the argument.
Right now,
the base argument
you look like a fat because you don't watch.
No, bro, because I don't think Mazarawi was better than Wan-Bissaka at United.
You don't like the fact. That's not the point. You don't like the fact.
But that is the point, bro. You tried to create a different narrative to the one I said.
It's 2-1 to Fulham, though.
Anyways, I'm just saying.
No. My point was, I don't think Mazarawi is better than Wan-Bissaka. You then did all of this to deflect from the fact that maybe, just maybe, you spent money on a player that wasn't a direct
£12 million.
But
Anyways, 12 million players. You don't watch West Ham. It's all right. You don't watch Wan-Bissaka.
I don't watch West Ham, but West Ham.
So therefore, don't have an opinion on it.
What do you mean, bro? I've seen West Ham play.
How can you have an opinion on something that you don't know?
Okay, so I've seen West Ham play Tottenham. So
it's like someone giving an opinion to your missus, about someone's missus, but you're only
what's my opinion
about them.
Bro, no, you tried to force me. No, Kaz, you tried to force me.
It's the same thing. I just outed you.
Nah, you didn't out me for shit, bro. You tried to force me. I don't know. Kaz, you tried to force me to have an opinion.
Predictions.
Still going. He doesn't even know.
Who's better at Wan-Bissaka than Mazarawi.
But this is what I mean. This is so hot.
Please allow me.
You never missed the beat.
Let's lay it.
You never missed the beat. You know when the beat drops back in and the rapper's still rapping? Man?
He didn't even realize.
Spitting.
Hey, turn the beat back on.
Bars, yeah. So every time a nigga gotta get it, then I gotta go in, gotta get it, then I gotta have it, and I gotta cut off and discuss it. You know I gotta have it.
I'm on to
I still want to ask you about Wan-Bissaka. We're supposed to stop laughing. So
We don't even realize what's good. There's so in a moment you don't even know what's going on.
Hey, predictions, man.
Sheesh.
Fulham Man United.
Man, 2-1 Fulham, man. 2-0 Fulham, actually.
2-0. All right, cool. I don't need any context.
No.
3-0 Fulham, man. 3-0.
Fulham. Pete said 2-1 Fulham. Jay?
2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham. Everyone's moving mental. Everyone is moving mental right now. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Man United as well, Cass. What that? Huh? What that? No, Man U will win, man. No, Man U are losing. You sort of moving violent. What is going on here, man?
It's time to end. It's time to end the show, man.
It's time to go, man. You know what? Just not
when Toon's broken character, you know it's time to end.
That's one of them ones, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you remember what you said and you start laughing, bro.
Hey, just make sure you hit the like. All right, bro. This is mad.
Sorry. All right.